one, and a two, and a baby on board. How I've adored
I don't like this.
Sign on my car's window pane. You guys like The Simpsons?
Not enough to get that reference, I guess.
Yeah, baby. Yeah. Okay. All right. You guys watch? You guys ever watch? You ever see the Real Gyms on YouTube?
No.
Oh, I do. The Conspiracy Man.
Well,
not conspiracy, but like that series
yeah.
of Who Killed Mr. Burns, all the possible. Is that the guy?
That's his best. Yeah, he did those. He has a series of Simpsons mysteries.
That's the word.
But he's pretty much stopped doing those because he kind of like ran through them all. He hasn't done one of those in a while. Now he just does mainly he does like classic episode analyses of like, one like I don't know,
Simpsons
the one with
well-known facts. 107 facts you didn't care to know.
No, he doesn't do those, but he'll do like a character breakdown, he'll like give you the whole history of like Barney Gumble or Edna Krabappel, which is interesting because I stopped watching when I was 18 or so. Did you know that Edna Krabappel went on to fucking marry Ned Flanders?
Well, wow,
and then die.
Wait, Edna died?
Yes, because her actress died in real life, so they sort of imply that the character died too.
Oh,
so Ned Flanders, yes, which sucks. So Ned Flanders has had his two of his wives have died. Boy, oh boy.
Well, what do you
know? I
know?
thought coronavirus was sad.
Oh.
But The Simpsons is even sadder.
Pro Crastinators podcast.
Welcome to the Pro Crastinators podcast. It's 8/9/2020, and we are feeling fine. This morning. How's everyone doing? How's it hanging?
Doing all right. I have an announcement to make before I forget because I just checked. It says nothing. It does not be plugging anything for me. It's for the podcast itself. I would like to announce that the Procrastinators podcast, we have all our videos back as has been well stated, but because of that, the migration is complete. All of the Procrastinators channel is mirrored on library.tv. So if there's ever any problems like that again, every video now and in the future will be automatically mirrored at this link. As I forget to go into the actual chat.
Show it on the screen. Eleazar,
put it
throw
on
it
screen.
Up on the screen, Eleazar. Eleazar, please. Thank you.
It's all there. It's all delicious. It even took our channel banner and everything, and I could mirrored all that too. We didn't have to set any of it up. At just one click, you can import your entire YouTube channel. It just does it.
I have not actually looked. Why is it Procrastinators :8?
That's just a thing for the URL. You can take that out and it'll still work.
Can I take that out? It still works? Okay. Library.tv/@theprocrastinator.
How does this work then? Because all of this video stuff has to be stored somewhere.
Well, what I did is that library is like this decentralized,
it's even got the tags.
Yeah, it's got everything. And so you just log in with your Google account, you pick the channel, and it'll just automatically import everything on the channel, and going forward, it automatically mirrors everything uploaded to YouTube.
Will it last forever?
There's only one way to find out.
Yeah.
Just be alive forever.
Live forever and wait and see, I guess.
Yeah. So they haven't.
Well, that's pretty cool.
They haven't suffered the other YouTube alternative fates yet. So we'll see how long they last. But
when the channel went down, and then when all the videos were down, you immediately were like, God damn, we should have archived it on library.
Yeah, I was pissed.
And I was like, what's that?
Now you know. It's just it's a YouTube, an open YouTube site. They have like a desktop app and everything. You don't have to open it up on the web. It's crazy. It's crazy stuff.
Yeah, I'm watching episode 185. Pokemon Sucks right now.
Delicious.
From back in the day.
Who could forget that classic episode?
Yeah, we were talking about Pokemon Sun and Moon and or Pokemon Go and or Sword and Shield. One of the many times we have said Pokemon sucks.
So
Who knows? Who knows?
it's pretty cool. And if you have a YouTube channel and you're always worried about your shit getting bloated up, maybe something worth doing. It's one click pretty much. You just make an account, you click a button, and then it'll do all the work for you. And who can complain
Sounds
about
good
that?
to me. Sounds good to me. We have a couple of episodes that have been like a handful of episodes have been like restricted or removed. We might re-upload those at some point. Like and the end of YouTube one was taken down, I think. And what was the other one that was just like taken down like 2 days ago? Do you guys remember?
I
said
know.
it in the chat.
Was it a Ghibli cast, or was that? I'm thinking of something else.
Yes, it was one of the Ghibli cast. The
Oh,
Laputa
yeah.
Ghibli cast got taken down for who fucking knows why.
Yeah.
Well, it was copyright, but like, yeah, whatever.
It
Been up
really
for like years.
annoys me. Just sort of like when YouTube was young, and it was like, wow, you can upload video. Wow, you can upload so much video, and it's for
Wow.
free. And it's like this
A
is
whole 10-minute video on the internet.
yeah. And I was like, this would be a really handy way to archive video footage of things if you ever wanted to do that. If you needed a place to store lots of video, YouTube is the place. So now it is absolutely the rickety bridge. Like the wood is rotten, the rope is like about to snap. There's no safety.
Yep.
You can't ever consider putting anything on YouTube and expecting it to stick around. It may as well be a Snapchat video. It's so temporary feeling.
Does it, Tom? Does it mirror our streams?
I'm not sure.
I can see the Radcon 4 Royal Rumble, so that was a stream that turned into a video.
As long as they turn into a video, I think they get mirrored.
Oh no, but like, what about what was that? Like, feel cozy late night stream or whatever it was called. Those don't get mirrored.
The late night casual stream?
Yeah, late night. Yeah, for instance, one
It's
like
right
that.
here.
That's
It's right here.
Well,
late
that was
night
only
casual
33
stream.
minutes. Was that the whole thing? I don't think I was awake for that one. That was Ghosts and
Oh,
Goblins.
maybe that's because that was one of the ones we re-uploaded because they all died. I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not sure about the fucking. I mean, you can manually upload anything that doesn't automatically.
What about for instance the shekels for charity?
I think that's here.
If that's there, because that one is definitely a stream and not re-uploaded as a
I don't
video.
see it.
Oh, the maybe it's not here.
Ooh, no.
Well-
Cringe. Well, okay, nothing's perfect.
No, nothing is perfect.
I personally saved like every one of those streams that got deleted to I don't know if I have all of them like ever, but I have like all of those ones saved to actually I think it's to the same external hard drive that Vic gave me with the Radcon footage on it because it had a lot of extra space on it.
It's just so
Okay.
like you couldn't really sell like a physical media print of the Procrastinators for posterity. You couldn't like sell a Blu-ray disc with all of the content. I mean, maybe you could fit it all on there if you had the podcast as audio only, but like there's lots of the podcasts that have editing in them, and there's
Yeah.
you can't save like that much stuff in physical media. It has to be digital somewhere, and everywhere feels
Yeah.
so trepidatious.
What if we release the PCP DVD box set?
PCP DVD. That name alone
PCP
is pretty good.
Yeah, I know, right? That alone makes me want to do it. Well, that and the fact that we could sell it for money.
The PCP CD
well,
DVD.
I think it's time. I think it's time we get started.
I want. What about PCP VHS VCR, please?
PCP 64.
Thousands and thousands of cassettes. I want it on Laserdisc. Remember Laserdisc?
I remember from
watching
that
YouTube videos
that one,
about it.
yeah, that one Angry Video Game Nerd video.
I had. Tom, you're only a year younger than me, so I'm surprised you don't remember, but like my school had a couple of like fucking videos on Laserdisc.
Oh no.
And they would, they had like fucking Schoolhouse Rock or whatever on Laserdisc, or like some like
schools
science
were so
documentary.
shitty.
And they were just Well, I mean, I don't. Does having Laserdisc means you're not shitty?
I mean,
like,
laser discs when they came out were pretty dope.
this was. I mean, this was like, it was like a CD, but like the size of a record.
Right.
Every time I saw it, I was like, I can't believe
They
this.
were powerful. They were
Yeah.
imposing. They still
were.
are imposing. You look at them now, you get pretty fucking scared. Like, oh no.
Yeah, they'll fucking kill you.
Yeah.
You'll die if you even fucking
it
think
has
about
laser in the title.
You could
That's
you
right.
could discus
That's
them
right.
through someone's entire head.
Yeah, exactly.
I think so. If you were committed, if you were really committed to the bit. Base.
Right. I want to talk about the last week. Last week I announced that I would be streaming some draw streams on twitch.tv/giveandtake. And I have
Yeah.
been doing that the past week every day for like 8
Yeah.
hours each time. I did it. I did a bunch of that. And I drew 53 pages worth of sketches.
53 pages in a week, even just sketches.
That's a power
is
move.
is
That's
a
incredible.
lot. Is a lot, and I'm very impressed.
Yeah, same.
I want to say, because I have tuned in to see here and there what you've been working on, and I said in the chat, but I'll say it again. Your poses are getting really good. You're I'll see you drawing like something, and I'm always like, oh wow, like like I can really feel like the way the figure is moving in space, and I'm like, good. I like it.
It's like the trickiest thing to do in drawing, so
Yeah. I feel like that was I feel like that's something that I picked up at some point, and like it was, I think I remember Digi being impressed at BronyCon, like the first BronyCon that we all went to when we all did the comics jam. I think I
Right.
remember Digi being like, whoa, like there's like whole comic panels, and like there you can, there's a sense of motion. I was like, yeah, I have captured a sense of motion here. Yeah, that is an important thing to do when creating graven images. So I don't know. Yeah, it's like yeah. Fuck yeah, dude.
It's been fun to like not only to do the drawings and occasionally be like, oh, I'm so fucking based. I drew that in like 2 minutes. Oh yeah, but
Yeah.
also that I get to
Yeah.
celebrate live and have people in the chat say yes, and I nod to myself. And it's like I can go through, like if there's a bit that I'm stuck on, like I'm not sure how to get from panel A to panel B in the amount of space I have left in the page or something, and I explain out loud what I'm thinking, what my thought process is, and it's good just for me to say that out loud so that I can, because it just sort of makes it easier to figure out the solutions. And other people sometimes they give suggestions, and I'm like, oh, that's a good idea. So it's like it's great. I feel accomplished having done that. The idea of it being for the Tezuka manga competition, I'm not sure still whether I'd be able to get it done in time, especially now that it seems to be too many pages long, the story I have. I would need to like cut out a lot of what I've done, or like completely rewrite the story such that it doesn't have as much stuff in it. And I'm like, that's gonna take time in itself. If I take the time to rewrite it so that it fits in 55 pages, I probably won't also have time to finish it, so that it looks good, because the thing is like not accepting unfinished works or drafts, so it has to look finished. So I'm like, I don't know quite what to do at the moment. I'm definitely going to finish whatever this is, but whether or not it goes into the contest, I'm not sure. Part of me is like, I really want to submit something, just so that I can say I entered and whatever. But
Yeah.
I don't know whether I'd be okay with like changing the nature of things in order to make it happen.
Do you think what if you would have to make like a Clarissa abridged, in which you kind of just go in and like just kind of selectively pick like the least important pages and like pull them out, and like I don't know,
Yeah.
Maybe that wouldn't work. Maybe that wouldn't work at all.
I looked
But maybe it
through
would
and
kind of work, and you could kind of get the story across.
I mean, I've looked through it, and it seems like the biggest save would be like speedrunning save is to change the size of some of the panels so that more of them can fit on a single page. That's a whole lot of like moving everything
That's
around.
complicated.
And yeah, every time you make an adjustment, everything else would move backwards.
No. You've solved it. All you do is you just take the whole page and shrink it down to 1/4 size, and just put 4 pages on one page. And then 80 pages becomes 20 pages.
Of course.
Incredible.
Of course.
That's so stupid it might work.
Thank you. I mean, it technically would definitely work.
Yeah, I guess for this next week, I'm gonna see if I can finish all the sketches for the thing. I'm thinking it's, at the rate I'm going, it's gonna be like 80, maybe 100 pages, and
oh my god!
And then I'll be like, okay, I have all of the story. I'll try and chop and change it, and if I can do like squishing all of the panels to be. That's just the thing though. I think what I'm gonna do is if I go down that road and I try to make it fit in the right amount, it's gonna be worse. It's just gonna be bad, because of a lot of things. They work. Like I considered what happens when you turn the page, and you see something for the first time, and what pages are seen next to each other. And so if I move everything around, that's gonna be lost. And there's also some panels that cross over other panels, so I can't move everything around. So it's like. It's gonna be like a shittier version, but a contest approved version, maybe. And then later, I can make the real version, which is good, and that'll be that. Yeah, I think I can do it.
Just cut it in half and just give him half of it, and then just put a to be continued at the end.
I mean, I was thinking about that because like at page 52 or 53. Everything's going well, confrontations happen, but then Clarissa gets captured, and she's in prison. There's like a shot of her in prison. She thinks about where her horse was, and it's outside, like, mingling with the goats. And then it's the panel of her just saying, I want my hat. I could cut it off there and that'd be the end, like a comedy, like she just fails, and she's in prison, the end. And I could submit that.
If you just put it to be continued, I mean, I think it's.
I don't think it's allowed, but I'd probably do it.
What do you mean it's not allowed?
Because it's supposed to be a complete. They say in the rules, a complete story within a certain amount of pages. So. It implied that it is.
I don't think you'd get disqualified or anything for that.
How hypocritical of them! Their entire business model revolves around throwing to be continues at you.
I know,
pages week by week.
It's strange because like
have to make a complete story.
I read a few months ago. I was reading Tezuka submissions. The one I knew about was Oda's Wanted, which was, Romance Dawn, which is a version of One Piece before One Piece, and that has a complete story in it, but it ends in a satisfying way with the villain that was introduced is defeated, and then they, Luffy and Nami go. Oh, her name was something else, Ruby or something. They go their separate ways, and that's the end. So it's like implied that there could be more. So I think that's what they mean, is that whatever is set up gets resolved. But in this, the villain gets set up. And it ends with Clarissa in jail, and presumably nothing changes, and she fails, and it's a bad ending. If it ends there.
What if you just the second half? No beginning. It starts in medias res.
I
mean, I guess you haven't drawn the second half yet. So
I don't even know whether I'm probably more than halfway at this point. There's like a fucking.
What's the deadline?
Deadline is the 1st of September at 12 p.m. or a.m. Japan time. So, none of this will matter. None of this deliberation will matter if I can't ink 50 or so pages within the 3 weeks or 2 weeks I would have. Which is a lot.
Yeah.
Although...
An awful lot.
It is an awful lot. I don't think I have the power in me to go that quickly.
How long does it take you to ink a page?
Well, Lord of Ghosts, what was I doing? It was like 20 pages per week.
A day.
Per week.
Okay.
Yeah, it was about that. I was going really, really hard on that. In January, actually. Start of the year, start of the brand new world where I'm drawing so hard that my hand breaks off and I got a new hand now. It's a robot hand.
Whoa, sick. Teach me
Jealous. Okay.
So yeah, I don't know. I'm thinking I'll see what I can do in this next week. If I finish the sketches real early, I'll think about rearranging them and then go straight into inking and see if 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks or whatever is enough to ink and do all of the final finishing touches on a bunch of pages. I'm definitely more productive on stream. It helps a lot.
I've found that streaming, it does keep me generally more focused on the task at hand, but it also sort of gives me an out to not work. Like the chat distracts me a little bit.
Same.
It's sort of a trade-off for me. I would say that at my best and most focused, the stream is a distraction and I'm less productive, but if I'm like struggling to focus on working on it, then it makes me more productive.
I mean, I think the distraction is really just when I am, like, needing a break anyway, and I just sort of glance over, like, what are people saying? And I see they're saying stuff, and, you know, occasionally it can feel distracting, but, like, compared to if I was just, at my own devices, I would be doing nothing. I know this for a fact, based on the, like, June and July, is I would be doing absolutely nothing, and or playing a video game, if not for these watchful viewers, these attentive viewers.
Mm-hmm.
And people have like gotten a lot out of knowing that I'm working. Some people come in, they say, "Oh, you're working," and that's cool. It makes me feel like I should be working, like inspiring. So I'm providing a service. So basically, I'm saying subscribe to twitch.tv/giveandtake, and
you're basically running a charity here.
Yeah, you know.
I saw you get raided the other day.
I got raided by The Hiding, I think was his name. I don't know who that is.
I forget his name too. Was it The Hiding?
Yeah. I recall that name.
Whoever it was, I went and I looked at their Twitch and I watched the very tail end of the last video they had been doing before they had raided you. And I listened to him as he was like picking who he was gonna raid. And I heard him be like, he was like, no, not him. No, not him. No, that guy's an asshole. Oh, you know who's streaming right now? Give and Take. I love that guy. I used to watch his videos when I was like 15. So I'm gonna raid his stream, and I want you all to tell him that I love him.
Yeah, they were all very nice. So wait.
Yeah.
Does he know, like what I was doing? I guess not. He just sort of.
I guess not.
Remembers the channel name.
I think he didn't say anything about what you were currently doing, just that he knew you from your videos.
Man, what a fake fan.
That's really cool though, because it means like he's probably just remembers, like, I don't know, the pony videos or something.
Yeah.
Potentially also the hypocrite stuff.
One or the other.
That's cool.
Was it?
For a brief, tiny fraction of a moment there, I had 90 viewers or 93 viewers.
Oh no!
Holy
Hiding Coon. That's his name. I looked it up. It's Hiding Coon.
Yeah.
93 viewers is really fucking good.
It was only for a minute, and it stayed. It was still like stayed about 30, and then 20, and then 10, like, but slowly diminished. So people stuck around for a while.
I was in there, and I was I think I had just subbed, I had just I don't think I've ever subbed to any channel before, but I was in the spirit.
Lol, simp.
And I had filled up the cup with little unicorn hearts, and I was waiting for someone to drop something in to make them splash out, and someone had dropped like 100 bit in there, and it had kind of worked. But I was like, this isn't good enough, so I was like, okay, fuck it, I'll sub. And I dropped the one, and it went, and I was like, yeah, cool, all right, I'm out, peace. And then I left, but then I came back like a little bit later just to kind of look, and like you'd gone from like somewhere in the tens of viewers to like, you had like 90. I was like, oh my god, and the chat was going crazy, and I was curious, so I looked up the guy who had sent them there to try and get some backstory of how did this happen.
Yeah, it was complete
and then
surprise.
I found out. Mm-hmm.
It's a whole narrative tapestry there to unravel.
That's the thing. Hey, I always meant to do this when I was streaming, and I would usually forget. But I would recommend. At the end of your stream, just raid somebody. Like just go to like the streaming tab.
I haven't been doing that.
Just pick anyone and just.
I completely.
I never.
My mind
I only occasionally remembered, but it's great. It's really good to do. Everybody loves it. It's fun for the viewers because they get to jump into some chat and go, spam, 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 dab, 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 for instance. The streamers appreciate it too, and some you get to follow each other back, and then you get join each other's communities. Join my web ring. Put your link on my fucking website, whatever. That's called networking.
Add to my blog's Rolodex. Go, go, go.
Friend me on Facebook.
Add me on MySpace. Here's my link to my Friendster.
Buy my
hire me on LinkedIn.
Buy my mixtape. Hire me on Fiverr. Yeah.
Squirt me some of your favorite music on my Zune.
Let me read the quote from Das Kapital in your next BreadTube video for you.
It's ruined. Oh no.
That's what they do. That's what they fucking do.
Dude,
they all read quotes for each other.
Dude, speaking of Das Kapital, as in capitalism, I need one more sub in my Twitch subscriber points to get a new emote slot. For the tier 1 subs. At the moment, I only have one. It's just me, like, smiling sideways.
You need one more sub. Will it be unlocked permanently?
Yes, I looked into it. It's like, you get the extra emote slot, and even if your subs go down afterwards, you have it forever. So I need this to happen this month.
Oh.
One more sub. That's what I'm gonna go for. And then I'm probably gonna put, like, the red man face, or, like, the give and take rop, like, woo face.
I was in there. And I was there, and I bullied you into giving us the the loyalty badge, the subscriber badge. You had the default star, and I was like, "What? Fuck this shit!" And you gave us the red man. So now every sub has the little red man face. I'm like, yes, yes, I love that. Or is it every? Yeah, it's a sub. It's a sub thing. It's a subby thing for my dom give and take.
Excellent. Delicious.
Yum.
So twitch.tv/give and take. Go. Actually, I think by the time this is out, I'll be like wrapping up the last stream of the week. So you missed out, you fucking idiot. You should have already been there. But you can follow right now.
Should have listened to the Jack of All Trades episode. You would have known this was happening. Last week's episode, but it's got like no views. Fuck you. Fuck everybody.
All the crop of like 80 videos that came out this week have like less than half their normal views. It's a bit of a bummer.
I guess that's what happens when your subscribers' attention is now divided between like 10 episodes instead of just one.
I hope they appreciate. I hope anyone who's exclusively a YouTube viewer appreciates like the sudden glut of content.
Yeah. So they can gluttonize
Imagine not having followed along at theprocrastinators.com.
For shame.
It would. Yeah.
It's funny because it's like nowadays you assume websites don't exist. Nobody would ever think to Google theprocrastinators.com to find out if there was a website.
Our website barely exists, so
it serves its function perfectly adequately.
Yeah, that's one word for it.
No frills, no bells and whistles, just straightforward, content. You know, the content you crave at an affordable price.
The placeholder graphics, just nothing altered from the default WordPress template.
We should replace the banner.
Yeah,
actually, now that you mention it,
really
it's just a picture of a potted plant.
I don't know. I feel like it's become a character in and of itself at this point.
We should just take that image and then
true.
like Photoshop us into it, like in like a.
Ooh, yes.
We gotta
are
add the potted plant to the group piss.
We are the leaves of the plant.
Like we're in the.
Each of us a branch.
We've got like
swaying
we're in the
in the
background.
winds of the algorithm.
We're in the background and we're like fuzzed out. What's the word? Like out of focus.
Yeah, it's just kind of in the back, like looking through the plant. Like, what's the plant gonna do next?
And the plant is weed.
The plant was a metaphor for weed.
Oh, beautiful.
Okay, wait. Speaking of Jack of all trades, guys, I'm so angry at you.
Mm-hmm.
That's fair.
I can't believe. Thank you. I can't believe how few voicemails you listened to.
Yeah,
That was weak. It was weak. You had like so many,
we did.
and you listened to like 6 of them.
Yeah,
And you know what?
I
I don't
stand
know if
by
you saw
it.
I don't know if you saw the comment from Crack.
I
But
did.
Crack had made a couple of voicemails, and you listened to like one of them that doesn't make sense without the other ones.
Well,
Well,
that's his fault.
They weren't
for
labeled
not making it clear.
clearly.
I let him down. I let him down by not being on the episode. And by the way, you were absolutely right. The reason I wasn't on last week was because I was so hungover that I couldn't
Oh, no.
function. And I woke up and then couldn't do anything and had to just go take a nap on my couch
Oh.
until it was over. It was literally the worst hangover I've ever had in my entire life. So much that I was puking just from
Oh.
how I was nauseous and puking just from how hungover I was.
Oh my god,
It's never happened before.
Ben, what is beyond twisted? Because you've clearly hit it.
I was wasted. I was. That's it.
But
That's
why,
the only
Ben?
word to describe.
But why?
I don't know, because I'm stupid.
You're always I'm always hearing stories.
Always wasted.
I'm always hearing stories of Ben being unbelievably wasted and ordering chicken
Yeah.
nuggets delivery. And then you wake up
Yeah.
the next day and you're like, huh, what? I don't remember that.
Why did I do this?
Yeah. That's how it goes. I have like
I'd want to
I
say
don't-
you can't keep getting away with this, but you're not getting away with it. You're getting your due diligence, your comeuppance, but you just don't learn the lesson.
absolutely. No, yeah, you're right. It's not like this is consequence free.
Yeah.
I'm finding that like I'm very okay. I don't know if I'm just like I've said this before. I don't know if I'm just very good at not appearing drunk, thus so that I can drink a lot before like I become unable to drink anymore, and therefore I end up with a lot of alcohol in my system, which impedes my memory a lot. Or if I just like am very quick to reach the point where I don't remember anything.
But I've only seen you twisted a few times, but in those times, what will happen is you will start drinking a lot quickly, and we will all be like, Ben, stop. And you're like, no, fuck you, in the middle
Yeah.
of taking another drink. You're belligerent to the point of just like aggressive. You're
Yeah.
determined to die.
Yeah.
It's the only way I can describe it.
There definitely comes a point wherein I get a little I reach a point of drunkenness at which I'm like, yeah, drinking is great. I should do it much faster.
Well, that's the whole thing. The switch is so quick. It goes from like
Yeah.
Ben having a good time having a drink to Ben being belligerently like drunk and
that sucks. That
telling everyone to
sucks.
try and help him to fuck off.
Yeah.
And not
yeah.
metaphorically, literally fuck off and continuing to drink.
Were you like that
Yeah,
at Raccoon 4? Because I don't know whether you were actually
There was the
belligerent.
one
There was
the
the first night we all got pretty fucked up.
the first we streamed it, right?
yeah, the
We-
first
yeah, the
stream,
first
we all
night
got
we streamed.
absolutely destroyed.
I got really drunk and I threw up. But you
Me
know,
too.
I remember all that. I didn't black out for any of that.
Yeah, you weren't
Well,
that.
Which is
You seemed quite amenable the entire night.
I think because we were on stream, I had a certain presence of mind about me
Well,
that I'm like, even if I'm drunk, I gotta behave
I
myself.
honestly
when I'm
think you probably drank less than usual, because like when we hang out and it's just drinking, like you don't stop. Like there's always a drink going, and on the stream we only drank when shots were purchased, so that kind of like put a hard cap on you.
Because I knew that I could be forced to drink at any time, so I was like, I better not. I was like, this is work right now. I'm on the clock.
You did tear through those beers though. Throughout the first couple days.
When I'm drinking, I get belligerent, but I'm like funny belligerent, right? Like it's belligerent in like a cool way though, right? Like in an epic way.
We're laughing with like an undertone of concern, you know? It's just like Ben's hilarious, but like we know how this is gonna end. We know how this is gonna end.
Oh, that sucks. That sucks. I'm sorry. No, I'm like, I remember how I feel when I'm like when I'm drunk and I'm like yelling and I'm saying like fuck you guys, like what I'm thinking is that like I'm being funny and like it's funny for me to say these things and to be like an asshole and belligerent.
It is in the beginning, but then when we see you like actually dead and we're like, oh no, we can't stop
your concern is for my safety.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay. Well, that's better then. Okay.
Yeah, it's not like every time you black out you become a beast and you start punching.
He just starts punching and he just won't stop.
Oh god.
Oh god. Good times. So, anyway, but now look what I've did. Because of my indiscretion, I let our viewers down. The voicemails went unlistened to. I don't know.
You know what? We need to reinforce a meritocracy in the voicemails, you know? There's too much of a communal thing going on. Was inspiring bad behavior. We gotta have a strict policy of screening the voicemails so these people bring their A game.
But that was gay.
Oh, it was. I was feeling very lazy, but I'm gonna cover that laziness up with an appeal to meritocracy.
Screening. Well, who's gonna do it? Who's gonna do
none
it?
Of
Nate
us.
used to do it, and nobody else wants to do it. And I think anarchy is cool.
Yeah, well, you weren't here, so
I know. I'm ashamed. I fucked up.
You know?
I fucked up, everyone.
When Nate is here, meritocracy reigns. When Ben is here, anarchy reigns. When you are both absent, malaise sets in.
It's like Twitch. It's like Twitch plays Pokemon. Was it anarchy versus democracy?
I think
Wait, Nate's not democracy, but instead of democracy, it's like monarchy or feudalism. It's like feudalism, basically.
Was it order versus anarchy? I can't remember what the fuck.
I think it was democracy
because people were voting.
It was just democracy, straight up. All right.
Yeah, they voted on which one and whoever got the most.
Because anarchy was just like every command goes through. Right. Democracy was like
every so often a command.
Every so often a poll was done.
Right, yeah. I just don't remember it being called democracy, but I guess I didn't pay much attention to it.
I do remember it being called that.
I believe you.
What about Twitch plays give and take? Like draw a line like up at a 9-degree angle. No, draw it at left at a like down at a like 48-degree angle.
Has anyone tried to make like a drawing program on Twitch? I bet you could. Yeah,
I'm sure
it's like up, down, down. It's like an Etch-a-Sketch.
Oh god,
communal Etch-a-Sketch. Yeah, that would be terrible.
Anarchy reigns.
It would just be scribble stream.
It would probably just be shit. Yeah, there would be
there'd be no saving it.
There'd be all noise, no signal.
There's some structure to a video game that helps contain the chaos.
Yeah, it's only because there's like so few commands you can do at any given time. There's only so many states it can occupy.
Right.
Dude, you remember that big Reddit image thing? Where
which one?
It's like a giant pixel art thing, and each user can decide a color for a square, and multiple communities of people, like you can only do it once every so often, and people try to draw things, and communities would come together to draw like the logo of their community on this massive communal pixel art something or other.
It sounds familiar.
I can't remember what it was called, but it was the similar sort of like there was this cult that formed of like the abyss that started to draw black, encroaching on everything. and people were fighting against the abyss and like rebuilding their lost, their destroyed stuff. It was cool. I remember that happening for a little while, and then it stopped.
Based. I never did it, so I don't remember. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Anyway, Clarissa's cool. I like Clarissa. She's a cowgirl.
Fuck
You know, that's nice and all. But you know what's really cool?
No.
Personal finances.
Oh, I know where this is going.
Do you know? Yeah.
Oh, I know.
I posted a big spiel about it in the Cultural Marxism channel, and then because it was on my mind in my Discord, I started a new channel that's called Mutual Financial Aid, where we talk about how to get free money. I applied for a credit card. I've never had a credit card before. I've always used a debit card, which when I tell people that, they're like horrified. They're like, "What? What? You haven't been building equity?" I'm like, "I'm sorry.
You haven't been playing the video game?"
My parents didn't trust me enough. They were like, "If you have a credit card, you'll build up debt and then you'll die." And I was like, "Yeah, that's probably true." So then for another like 30 years, I was like, "Nah." But because I have an incredible credit score, I applied for the best credit card I could find.
All right, how do you have a great credit score when you haven't had a credit card?
Well, I have I think the major thing is that I've made all my student loan payments.
Right.
Oh.
That's like been the major debt that I've paid off, and I've paid off every payment on time. So that's probably why.
It's like, isn't it like you have a good credit score because you haven't done anything to fuck up your credit, but you don't have a lot of like a volume of credit, so you're not going to get approved for like any like crazy loans right out the gate because you don't have a proven track record of like handling credit well. But your raw score, just based on the information that's there, is still good.
Is that how that works?
I think so. I think you have to have a credit history as well for like higher end crazy loans and shit. I don't know.
It's funny. Like the one negative mark I have on my, actually, I could talk about my credit score for an hour, and I will.
We're fucked.
The one negative mark on my credit score is like a couple years ago when I moved away from Boston to move in with Digi. No, was it for? It was at some point. I had a subscription to Workout World, the gym. And I had signed up for like a year of access to it. I had agreed to like $10 a month or like $20 a month or whatever for a year. But then a couple months into that, I didn't want to do it anymore. So I canceled my credit card, and they couldn't keep paying. They couldn't keep accepting payments. So I have like $140 that I owe to Workout World. That made a little like 5-point dip in my credit score, which has like completely gone away now. And it doesn't matter. So I'm scot-free. Fuck you, Workout World. You'll never get my $140.
Hell yeah.
Doesn't even matter. And then this is okay. Do you want to know about this mysterious thing? There was an account. All right. You go to Credit Karma and you see 2 different credit scores. One from Equifax, one from TransUnion. They were both amazing. 800 plus. I'm a miracle. I'm a wizard. I'm like, fuck yeah. But there's an account, like one of them, one day my account dips like a couple points, like 3 or 4 points. And I'm like, whoa, it's almost good. I can't let it go under 800. Like, that's bullshit. I'll die. So I look and I see that it's this Bank of America checking account in my name. And I'm like, I don't have a Bank of America. Sorry, not credit card. I'm like, I don't have a credit card. I don't have any credit card, let alone a Bank of America one. So like, I file a dispute and I say like, hey, this is not my account. Remove this from my report, please. And they do, but when they do, my score drops 80 points.
What
I'm down to a pathetic 725. I might as well be living on the street. but it's only with TransUnion. Equifax still thinks that that's my account, and I still have an 800 with them. And I'm like, I need to get that back. I need my points back. So I try to file another dispute with TransUnion. It's like, no, I didn't mean to. That actually was my account. Please put it back. But they won't let me because, I guess because of COVID or whatever, they like stopped accepting disputes. They were like, when our office is not running, like we're not accepting disputes right now. We will when we're back. And so for months, I'm like, like what am I gonna do? So finally, like the other day, like this week, I think they opened up their dispute center again. So I filed a dispute. I'm like, please give me the account back. And they're like, we can't do that. You're going to have to contact Bank of America. And I'm like, no, just you had it. Just put it back. And they're like, no, can do. And I'm like, but it's not even my account. It's a fake account. It's fraud. It's literal fraud that I don't know how it got on there. And I will just want it back. So I don't know.
Fraud back. Please defraud me.
So I guess tomorrow what I'm going to have to call Bank of America and ask them like, why is there a credit card account under my name? Is this real? Did like one of my parents like get drunk and black out and start me a credit card account somewhere in El Paso, Texas, when I was a little baby? Or what is this? And probably they'll be like, yeah, that's fake. So I'm probably gonna have to resign myself to a pathetic 725 credit score for the rest of my life.
The struggle.
But it's okay, because while I've got good, or maybe 725 would have been fine for this anyway, or maybe they checked Equifax, and they used the 800, and that's why I qualified. But I got the best credit card. I got a credit card, 2% cash back on everything, 2%.
Is it real cash back?
What's real? What do you mean?
Because like I've had a credit card.
They don't say points. They don't say points or anything. They say cash back.
Because like my card said cash back, and I just have like points to use in like their proprietary storefront, and I'm like, this sucks. I hate it.
I don't think so.
Because I was using a debit card forever because I'm like, I don't understand credit. I'm too dumb.
Yeah, yeah. That was me.
And my bank was just like, you should get a credit card, and I'm like, fine, just shut up. I'm never gonna use it. I think I got it literally just because it was like, if you spend X $100, you get money back. I'm like, well, I'm already going to buy something that much, so I'll just do it for that. And that was my plan. Then my debit card expired, and they've sent me 5, and none of them have made it to my house, even though the bank is literally right up the street. So
nice.
I've just been forced to use my credit card for everything for the last 2 years. So I have no idea what my credit is, but I pay off my statement entirely every month. So I must just be a god at this point. Because I've made every payment flawlessly without, even though the last batch of shipping was put on my credit card, and Nate still doesn't pay me back because he's literally dead, and I'm mad. I want that back so I can pay off my credit card in 2 weeks. Nate has Nate paid back any of the Radcon expenses? Are we still all due like for groceries and shit? The only thing he's paid back that I know of is the shipping costs that I've paid the last like month, because I was like, I need that back because that's like $2,500 on my credit card that needs to be paid off like now. And he was like, okay. But other than that,
but like, so like did you buy any like food for the house?
I think I did, but I don't know if I even bothered.
I think
I don't
what
think
we
I
were
put it in
doing,
the expenses tab.
what we were gonna do is we were tallying up personal expenses of like, anything that could be related to Radcon, and then we were gonna go through it after we had done all of the things that require money. So like,
well, here's the thing that
nobody's been reimbursed for anything yet.
Okay.
We're gonna do everything,
that's what
and then
I wanted to know.
Yeah,
That's what I wanted to know.
No one's been reimbursed, because like I asked Nate, like, when can I get reimbursed for everything? Because like I got reimbursed for all the costs I did for making all the rewards, but he did not pay me for the labor. I have not been paid for any of the labor. And he was like, well, we're just going to wait until literally everything is done before I pay any of you back. I'm like, but that's going to take like at least another year.
But okay, yeah.
Do I trust Nate for another 12 months sitting on all that money? I don't know I do.
I trust him not to fuck with it.
I don't, but I don't know. Like, something bad could happen, and he could be in a situation where he needs to like blow all that money. I don't fucking know. It's a dangerous economy out there right now.
I guess seems unlikely.
It's unlikely,
Anything's possible. Yeah, but like.
I think the real question is, when are we going to open up a business account for the PCP? Why are we letting him have all of this? It's clearly an idiotic idea.
But if he paid it out now, then what would happen if, like, you know, the OVA or something ended up costing more than we expect, you know?
Yeah, that's why we need to do like all of the big expenses first, and then the.
I guess if we were just paying back like house expenses and, like, you know, production labor,
right.
I mean, that's all stuff that needs to be paid out anyway.
I was only talking about the labor costs for the things I've already done. Like, that's set in stone. Like, I'm not, you know.
Yeah, I would support. Well, but he already paid you the shipping costs, right?
But none of the labor costs for doing all the work.
Well, I would support a motion to get you that, because I mean that's a set in stone cost that is non-negotiable. So, like, it has to be paid out eventually anyway. In just as much as, like, you know, the Dojin or the OVA expenses or anything.
Right, exactly.
So I would be in favor of that. And maybe groceries and shit too, just like get that out of the way, because, like, why not?
Yeah. There's a lot of stuff to hash out still, but, like, there are things that could probably just be taken care of. I feel like it'd be a load off of everybody's mind, just to be like, okay, that's settled, and then we only have the costs that are still forward facing to worry about.
I'm still waiting for that. And the charity stream raised $702 in donations, and I pledged 50 of my own. So after the stream, I went and just out of my own pocket donated the $752 to bail funds. So I'm still waiting for 702. That's 752 minus my 50. $702 from that, but it had to come out of AdSense, right? So, like, it took like a month for it to go through. So I think it probably would have paid out about 2 or 3 weeks ago. So I should get that with this next round, which Nate is late on, by the way, but it's okay because I don't care that much.
Right.
I just.
Well, you were talking about the credit card.
I was talking about the credit card. I feel like I made this analogy in the chat and I deliberately didn't explain it. But so in Ulalilia, right? Everyone knows his book, Legend of the 10 Elemental Masters. Fewer people have read his other book, Secret in the Basement, but I have read Secret in the Basement. Have I talked about this book before?
No.
I don't.
Do you guys remember
think
this
so.
is about? Okay.
Well, maybe you have, but I don't remember.
Secret in the Basement. It's pretty long. Like, it's a pretty thick book. And it is about this teenager Richard, who basically he has dreams, and in his dreams he goes into his basement and this magical door opens and there's this wizard here who sends him on this quest through all these video game worlds. And but the funny thing about it is that, like, a lot of the book is spent, like, grinding monsters and, like, going back to the wizard and, like, shopping for his equipment and, like, spending his, like, in-game currency to buy, like, to min-max his stats and stuff. And the big, like, items that he saves up for, like, basically the items that mark, like, his next step on the tier, that's like, okay, I can kind of, like, sell back all these other things to buy this one thing that will replace them all mostly, and then I can start collecting, like, the next sort of tier of gear, are these universal rings that just, like, increase all his stats across the board. So they'll be like, the first universal ring gives all his stats, like, plus 10. Second universal ring gives all his stats, like, plus 50 or whatever. Anyway, getting this credit card that's going to give me 2% cash back on everything I buy with it makes me feel like Richard buying his next universal ring. All my stats have been increased across the board. My buying power is just universally increased. I am a god now. I can kill blue jellies with lightning too, like, even without, in one shot, even without a critical hit. Like, that's how empowered I am by this.
Incredible.
I know. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool, guys.
I've yet to use my credit card for evil. I just use it as cash.
What do you mean by evil?
I don't know, like doing any crazy fucking Machiavellian schemes.
It's not called evil. It's called smart.
Yeah.
What do you mean? What do you mean Machiavellian schemes?
Like
what are you talking about?
Like, people use credit cards to, like, make, like, crazy upfront purchases, or like they do what was the term you said that they were doing with credit cards that they had a whole subreddit for?
Churning.
I've not tried any churning power things.
I'm so fascinated. I'm so fascinated by the concept of churning.
It seems like, I guess, like if you're living a certain like level of lifestyle, that's totally feasible. It definitely wouldn't be for me because I would just be losing money. Let's explain churning before we go any further.
Yeah. Okay, so the concept of churning is that certain credit cards will offer you a sign-up bonus. That's like if you sign up for the card and you spend a certain amount within a certain period of signing up, they will give you basically reward money. And you know, sometimes that's in like credit, or sometimes it's in cashback, or maybe sometimes it's in points. Okay, a lot of them are in like miles. I think a lot of the best credit cards in terms of pure value are the ones that give you like frequent flyer miles or like airline travel points. Like
super useful now, but
yeah, like I even before, like I didn't travel that much, so like I'm not interested in that. But there's ones that just give you like straight up like cash credit. And the idea of churning is like you go through, it's like you're churning through credit cards like one after the other. You get one, you earn the reward, you get the cash back, you close the account, you move on to the next one, and you just go through them and go through them and go through them. A lot of them are like, there's one, seemingly the best and easiest one. There's one that is, if you sign up and you spend $500, you just get $200. Like, that's the easiest one. But there's others that are like, if you sign up and you spend 5,000, you get 500. You sign up, you spend 4,000, you get 400. Like, that seems to be like the ratio. It's about 1 to 10 on a lot of these other ones. So like, if you're doing it successfully, in theory, it seems like you can kind of just sort of be getting like 15 to 10% of your money just back for free.
Right. If you're already spending that much money in that allotted time.
Yeah, the idea is that you do this on purchases you would have made anyway. Right. So it just becomes free money.
Your net goes down like 10% or so in terms of overall cost of everything you're buying.
Yeah.
Would you run out of banks at some point?
There is apparently in the churning community, because I was reading through the subreddit and I picked up some of the lingo. In the churning community, there is a concept known as being under 524, which means that you have applied for fewer than 5 new credit cards in the last 24 months, which seems to be the cutoff point. And a lot of banks will, that's when banks start to be like, I don't know if I want this guy signing up for credit. Like, certain banks are more sensitive to churning than others. Like Chase Bank, I get, or it's either Chase or Capital One. It's like if you're under if you're not under 524, don't even bother churning Capital One or Chase. But if you're under 24, if you're under 524, you're golden. You know, you can go right for the Amex Platinum. You know, it's like the sky's the limit. I came up with this idea. I was like, wait a minute. Cards give bonuses. What if I just signed up for one, got the bonus, moved on to the next one, and just kept it going? This is brilliant. I'm a genius. Only to find that there's this entire subreddit
late to the party on it.
Dedicated to this exact thing that I have.
You know what? I think there's a small victory in coming up with a established idea on your own without outside influence. I think that just means...
that means it works. Yeah, because people do it,
and it means that you're clever because you didn't have to have someone tell you it. You came up with it literally by yourself.
Yeah.
There's a moral victory there.
I think so.
Yeah,
I think
definitely.
Things like,
I think that when, go on.
Things like that. Sort of, I mean, obviously it is a loophole, you know, sort of finding ways to get by and get money that were not intended, you know, breaking the video game of life. And like the necessity for stuff like that and normal people having access to cheat codes is because the money is not, you know, easy to get a hold of the normal way. It just makes me upset that all of these workarounds are even necessary.
I mean, if you're saying capitalism bad, I'm right there with you, my dude.
It's interesting how the banks are like, you gotta be under the 524 rule in order to churn cards, but if you're Jeff Bezos, you can put all your money into offshore accounts and be totally okay with it.
This is the thing. This is a perfect example. Like, to successfully churn, you have to have good credit. So, like, if you don't have good credit, like, a lot of these cards that give, like, these lucrative rewards, they just won't accept you. So, like, if you're already in debt or something, like, if you're not already sort of ahead of the game, you're fucked, right? So there's one example of how, capitalism bad, inherently unfair, meritocracy is a lie. Second example is that you basically, in order, like, one of them is, like, you have to spend, $7,500 in, 4 or 5 months or whatever to get $750 back. If you're gonna spend $7,500 over the course of 4 to 5 months, then that's $750 of free money that you can get. But if you are not someone that would be spending that much, if you don't have that much money, or you're more frugal, or you have to be, or whatever, then this option is simply not available to you. And again, if you're not already ahead of the game, then then you're even further behind. Mm-hmm. Meritocracy is a lie.
Sure.
So yeah, I agree. The reason why this works, it's the same concept as, like, in like a store, sometimes they'll be selling an item and it'll come with like a cashback code or a coupon or something, and like you can buy it and then you can go
like a mail-in
home
rebate.
with it. Yeah, yes, that's it, a mail-in rebate. It's the same concept as a mail-in rebate. Theoretically, if everyone were a perfectly rational actor, they would be giving this item away for free, and everyone would get their money back, and the company, it could not possibly be profitable. But it works because people, like, are not rational. They will simply forget or not care,
exactly,
or not do it.
That's why mail-in rebates are mail-in and not instant. Because as a kid, I was like, why isn't it just instant? Why are they making mail it in? Not realizing that mailing it in and having to do that hoop is entirely the point.
Yeah, if everyone were a rational actor and worked on their own best interest all the time, these cash rewards through credit cards would be completely untenable, because everyone would be churning them and everyone would just be squeezing free money out of the bank all the time. But people don't do that, and people fuck it up, and people rack up credit card debt and get in debt, and that's what they're hoping you do.
They put that cash back thing on there to make you sign up for it, under the impression that most people, and then they've crunched the numbers, that most people will either fail to meet that or forget, and therefore they're using the card now, they're making their interest money, and they've lost nothing.
Yes. Yeah. So that's why it works.
There's things like that. All of the, like, when you're a little boy and you hear about purchasing things with money, and you're like, oh, I got pocket money. You think of it in terms of you get a number of money and you can use it to get a thing. And it's just never that simple. No. To do money correctly, you need to live money. You can't just have it as a thing you do. You can't have it as a currency that's in the back of your mind. You have to be actively doing you have to research money like you would research, fucking how to make a computer or run understand a car. It's an extremely like I hate it. I just want to. Something's like costs £1. I pay for £1 with £1.
I have. On the one hand, I get it. On the other hand, I have sort of found looking into this stuff to be sort of like fun, in kind of the same way that, like, I don't know.
Well, yeah,
it's in the same way that reading into, like, in the same way that reading into, like, a hobby or how to maximize your stats in some video game is sort of
you're gamifying capitalism.
I mean, it's good for people that it works for. It's just like, I really wish this video game was not tied to my personal well-being and ability to live, Like, not that I'm currently, like, actually struggling, but, like, I don't like the idea that money is so important, and yet it's, it's also a video game.
It's like learning how to parry in Dark Souls, but if you can't learn how to parry in Dark Souls, you die in real life.
Have you seen the Twitter account called Accidentally Left?
Yes. From you.
From me? I've probably retweeted
it.
Exactly. Yeah. The one for viewers, it's basically like people making bad right-wing arguments in a way that accidentally, like, proves that left is best, Lamau. And the one that reminds me of is, like, I don't know, it's someone says something about, like, housing is a human right. Like, people shouldn't have to pay just to have somewhere to live. And someone answers, like, oh, what about food and healthcare? Should we decommodify all those things too? Lamau. Yeah, it's like, yep, capitalism bad, privatization bad. For things that are necessary for human survival. Yeah, this would all be fun. Thought Slime has a video about Minecraft where he's talking about like the Minecraft market for like diamonds or something or some other shit. I don't know. And he's like, yeah, people are in there. They're trading. They're doing work. They're trading their labor to create value in order to trade for these other commodities. And he's like, this is what I think that like people that love capitalism think that capitalism is really like people making like logical choices in order to satisfy demands in like a low stakes environment, right, where nobody's like very life is tied to this game that's being played, and like that's what people think it is.
Well, the people at the top of the
but in fact it's not like that because you can't.
Yeah. That's what it is for rich people. They have no risk of like going bust unless they super fuck up. So it is just a game.
Yeah.
And money's just points. That's why these fucking billionaires don't ever do anything except sit on it. It's like, this is my high score. I don't want to fucking lower my high score. I got to keep it all in an offshore bank account because it's my score. In this game I'm playing.
It just keeps getting higher the less they do with it.
Yeah.
It's bad. It's bad that this stupid game that I have been playing, that I've been looking into strats for recently, is someone's bad at it. Maybe they'll die, or maybe they'll just be fucked. Maybe even if they don't die, they'll just be in like a perpetual debt cycle or whatever. And once they're in, like it's super hard to get out. It's like once you're in the debt spiral, it's like you're getting camped, right?
Right.
And campers are the billionaires. They're camping your spawn point, right? And you can't even. It's like playing Counter-Strike. It's like in 2020 if you decide I'm gonna learn to play Counter-Strike and you get in there and everyone who's in there has been playing Counter-Strike for 35 years and like they're all pros. You can't fucking play Counter-Strike. It's impossible. There's no such that you can't get good at Counter-Strike because you literally cannot play the game because everyone in there is so clutch, so pro, so ahead of the curve that it's simply impossible to catch up. You'll never do it.
Right.
I tried once. I died every time, and then I was like, I don't like it.
Yep.
But I had the luxury of switching to TF2. You can't do that in the real world.
No. If only. The TF2 is the revolution that's coming. Don't worry. Don't worry, comrades. We'll get them. Lamau.
I can't wait to bonk those billionaires.
I can't wait to bonk them. I can't wait to go up and poke them in the eyes like the Three Stooges.
Can't wait to bake stab them.
I feel like I was going somewhere else with that.
I don't know.
I feel
Credit cards.
I feel like I had something I was building to on the subject of churning and credit. I don't know.
I think you were just introducing the idea.
Are you going to be churning? Are you going to be personally churning in your life?
Oh, I know. Wait, I remember. I was gonna say. I think maybe next year, like maybe once the whole like COVID like pandemic unemployment thing blows over. And I gotta look for some new. I gotta think of some new scam.
Are we?
Then maybe I'll start
today,
churning.
By the way, is there anything? Did anything end up happening with that?
Did you see what I said in the chat? And should I?
I know Trump was saying he wanted to make it be 400, and then the Dems versus conservatives was 6 versus 2 or some shit.
So I follow this channel called Clear Value Tax, who have like literally every single day they put out a video explaining like what is the status of the next stimulus bill.
Oh, I think I know who that is, but I haven't watched them in a while.
The Asian guy in the suit and tie. Who's like he's completely dry. He doesn't like he's like, this is your stimulus report, this is your stimulus package update report, this is your second stimulus check update, this is your unemployment update, this is your PPP loan status update. I hope you're having a great day and happy Thursday. So, and then he'll just like flip through his shit. He's funny. And he'll occasionally the only emotion he ever shows is that he will occasionally like he'll say like the politicians say that they will be going on recess this Friday, whether or not they reach an agreement on the next stimulus package. And then he'll like kind of just look down at his notes and like shake his head like, ugh. And then he'll just keep going. The only emotion he ever shows is dismay at the politicians.
Dismay, and from what I recall, certain moments of fatigue where he's just like, there's just so much to go over right now. Oh my god.
Sometimes he'll get a little bit exasperated, like I'm trying to explain all this, like if you really should know this already. So yeah, I keep up with that, and all right, so the unemployment boost from the last like stimulus package ended like 2 or 3 weeks ago. I think it was 2 weeks ago, and so Congress was supposed to, for the next stimulus package, they were going to argue about whether to extend it or cut it or reduce it, and the Democrats wanted to extend it same as it was. Republicans wanted either to reduce it or cut it. Generally, they were more in favor of just reducing it. And Democrats were like we want these things, we won't budge on these things. Republicans were like, we don't want to give you anything, we hate you. And Trump was just like, okay, they were supposed to decide, and they were supposed to go on recess this Friday before, and hopefully they were gonna settle on the bill before then. They didn't settle on the bill, but they decided, okay, we're not gonna go on recess. We're gonna keep debating this next week. But on Friday, because they didn't reach Trump was like, okay, I've decided, executive order. We're gonna go exactly in the middle. We're gonna do like between what the Democrats and Republicans want, which, like, I guess as a compromise makes some sense, but it's not clear that he actually has the authority to do that.
Right.
He's not really, the president is not really allowed to decide how money gets spent. That's Congress's job. The like quote unquote loophole that may or may not be valid is that this is supposed to be paid not with new funds, but with the leftover funds that have not yet been spent from the old stimulus package. So maybe it'll happen. But I think that this is just like a temporary order, or it's only going to be in effect for, so like obviously it can only continue until that money runs out. So I think Congress is going to continue to debate over like whether like a permanent bill for another more money in a real stimulus package next week. So yeah, I don't know. This is it. This is, I don't know. What do you think about that?
Well, I guess we'll just have to wait and see. Like, so nothing's in effect yet then. It's still kind of up in the air.
I don't know. I think so. I think it's still kind of up in the air at the moment. Like whether this will even go into effect. And whether this will affect like the stimulus package that is not passed yet. There were some other things that he included in his executive order, like student loan debt. The suspension will continue until the end of the year. There was another thing I'm forgetting, something about the PPP loan, which does not affect me, so I didn't pay attention. I don't. There were some other stuff. The payroll tax. Payroll taxes are suspended, and I have no idea what I think about that. I think payroll taxes seem bad, but they fund things that I think are good. Like payroll taxes would fund Social Security. So I think I don't like what a payroll tax is, but I do like what they are used for. So them being suspended, I'm not sure how I feel about it.
Sure. That makes sense.
Yeah. So that was the executive order. By the way, I looked into it, and it seems like if the stimulus package is passed and like the benefits are extended, it will probably be applied retroactively.
Interesting.
So like if people are applying for unemployment like this week or last week or next week, right, before anything gets passed or anything is done, probably if a package is passed and like a pandemic boost is applied, it will be provided retroactively. That most sources that I found that had any sort of stipulation on the subject said, yeah, that's usually how it's done.
Interesting.
So, I don't know.
Wouldn't it be cool if we weren't in America and this wasn't nearly as big of a problem? Because like we'd be on the tail end of this shit.
Yeah. Didn't all Canadians just get like 2,000 Canadian dollars like a month for a while?
I think that's how that went.
So that would have been way simpler.
Well, you know.
America is just obsessed with means testing. They just up like, ooh, we need paperwork to make sure that like you have to be this poor to qualify for something, which is like really reinforcing that whole like the means testing is supposed to prevent people who who have too much from like qualifying for benefits they don't quote unquote deserve, but it really reinforces that whole like welfare queen stereotype that conservatives like hate so much. That's like welfare really does not incentivize laziness so much as like gatekeeping welfare behind like you must make this little money in order to get it. Like that's what really incentivizes not working.
Yeah, it's weird as well because like extremely rich people were also getting subsidies anyway, and in much larger amounts.
Right. But it's in like a different.
It's a different way. Like if you're reasonable but not like wealthy, then you can't have it. You have to be bumfuck poor loser going to die soon, in order to get it.
It's almost like if they're incentivizing you to either be extremely wealthy or extremely poor, that like there's some sort of neo-feudalism starting to take form or something.
It's like, I mean, it's like those examples I gave with the churning. Like you need good credit and you need to command a certain amount of spending power or else it doesn't work and that free money is cut off from you. But if you have those things, you could just get free money. Like things like that abound, right? In government and in business and in like every aspect of life. Like the system of wealth, the capitalist system of wealth just reinforces itself, in all these different ways. I uncovered 2 of them this week. And there's plenty more where that came from. Everyone says like Amazon gets like, Elon Musk is like, Bernie wants to give everyone shit for free. Elon Musk gets $4.9 billion in taxpayer money and subsidies just for being him, just for owning Amazon. We just gave that to him. Our money. He has it now.
Elon Musk?
You mean Jeff Bezos?
No, Elon Musk.
Elon Musk doesn't own Amazon.
Did I say Amazon? I'm sorry. I meant Tesla and Elon Musk.
Okay.
But he gets that, and his defenders will say, "Oh, yeah, but he gets that because like he cut a deal with whoever, like that the California like gave him the subsidies because they wanted his factory there, because it would create jobs or whatever." And like, yeah, it's not these subsidies are not for no reason. Like, he's not just getting them for literally no reason. Just like if you're getting this free money from churning credit cards, you're not getting it for no reason. You're doing it via a system. But like at the end of the day, it's free money that you're getting just for being rich, that only a fabulously wealthy person like Elon Musk could get access to.
Sure.
Or Bobby Kotick.
Who?
You hear about?
I love Bobby Kotick.
The CEO of Activision. Oh, he also gets taxpayer money for Activision that he just pockets himself.
I was listening to Jim Sterling this week, and I think I heard him talk about that guy. Yes, I know. He's like one of like. He's like really rich, right? He's like one of like
very,
the top
very
rich
10 guys in America or something like that. Some crazy shit.
He's up there.
Like a tens of billions there.
Yeah,
probably.
Maybe hundreds. I don't know.
A decabillionaire, if you will.
I mean, probably not hundreds. Yeah. Like a real Bloomberg level kind of guy. Like just a real fucking piece of shit, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah. He definitely has a lot to do with making Call of Duty.
What would we do without his expertise?
I know all that incredible coding and art direction skills he has.
A visionary.
Really?
It's like, what if we did shooting, but again? Oh, it's such a great idea.
That's literally where his input ends.
Have you seen that? Have you seen that meme that's like, I want shorter games with worse graphics made by people paid more to work less, and no, I'm not kidding.
Yeah, I saw that.
Seen that quote? Yeah, I retweeted that yesterday. I was like, yeah.
You want the indie market then?
AOC tweeted the other day, the billionaires need the working class. The working class do not need billionaires. And I saw this I think it was an accidentally left retweet or someone else, and someone replied like, thinking they're making an amazing rebuttal, thinking this is an epic clapback. They're like, isn't Oprah a billionaire? So basically you're saying Oprah needs the working class, but the working class doesn't need Oprah? Think about it.
Yes.
Think about that for a second. Yes. I think that's true. I think that probably holds water if you examined it.
Seems cogent to me.
It seems both sound and valid
Indeed.
in my estimation. Ah, boy, oh fucking boy. I feel a little embarrassed to be to have like that I find like money talk interesting now, but I do. I've become old. I think this is how you know.
Know your enemy, right?
Right. It's like, I mean, it has the same appeal as a video game of watching numbers go up. It does. And the universal ring comparison is like, yeah, I feel like I unlocked a new perk or a feat or gained an achievement or something.
I wonder if...
And it's embarrassing to say because I know most people use credit cards, and here I am like, oh my god, I got my first one, lol. But I got a good one. I got the best one. Hey, viewer, I bet my credit card's better than yours. Do you get 2% cash back? Didn't think so.
The thing is, like, so many people use credit cards wrong, right? Like, you live off
that's
of them.
That's what I was afraid of. That's what I was afraid of. It's like,
because
yeah, like
my parents
I grew up in fear,
and it ruined their lives. So for the longest time, I did not get a credit card because I saw the damage they could do.
That's what everyone says.
And I thought I was retarded. And
that's what everyone says.
I was right, but not this way, apparently.
That's what everyone says. You get a credit card, you'll run up your credit card debt. You'll have to pay interest. You'll fall into a mountain of debt.
Just don't buy things you don't have money for.
Just don't buy things you don't have money for, and just don't forget to pay your balance. The only two things.
Is there an easy way to keep track of the money you have before you make a purchase? Do they make it easy, or do they make it difficult?
The reason why I was inspired to get this card was because my friend Dwoob was telling me that he had just gotten a new one, and he was telling me about his perks, and I was like, oh my god, there's perks. And he was like, yeah, there's an app, like the credit card you can just get an app for your card, and you can just like make payments through the app on your phone.
Yeah, that's what I do. I just have a Google reminders that on the 3 days before my payment date, it just has a little notification like, pay your credit card, you dummy. And then I'll just do it right through the app, and then you're done. And like the way you do it is like I know how much money I have in my account. And I just don't spend more than I normally would because I just use it like cash, and I already live very frugally to begin with. So instead of like pulling a $5 bill out of my pocket or like throwing my debit card in there, I just use the credit card. And then on the 20th of the month, I just pay off whatever it was because it doesn't charge you up front. Like that's the whole point. You just have to make the payment. And you just wait. You basically just pay your entire month's worth of payments in one fell swoop instead of doing it as you go.
I am waiting for... this is actually delaying the vapors a little bit because I am waiting a couple of days for my card to arrive in the mail so that when because I ordered the books to be printed and shipped to me, the 500, the final printing, Vapors 2 is fucking coming, but it's gonna cost me $2,000, so I'm waiting for the card so that I can use the card to pay for it, so I can get the 2% cash back, because 2% of $2,000 is $40, so that's 40 free bucks. I'm not wasting that. I'm not wasting $40.
Sure.
Fuck it. You can all wait another like 3 days.
I put all the shipping for the RadCon stuff on my card, so hopefully that'll amount to something. I haven't even looked into it, but
yes,
that was like almost $3,000 in shipping costs and material costs and all that shit. So
you still waiting for that?
I'm still waiting for the last chunk of $462.
Okay.
The rest has been squared up, thank God, because that was a huge fucking thing. Because I had to put like all the posters and all the packaging materials and all the shipping. So like there was like almost $4,000 worth of stuff on my card, and I'd like max it out. I'm like, oh no, this is bad. So
you got a higher limit than I do.
Maybe.
My limit's 3,000.
You know what? I think mine is as well. I think some of that stuff went through eBay, so that was just put directly to my bank account. It's not all of it went on the card. I was $3,000 sounds about right.
Okay, I was thinking like, oh, maybe that is because of what you were saying before. Like, I have a high score, but my history is like small or whatever. My or whatever you were saying before
Yeah.
about like
I
amount.
still
Yeah.
have baby's first credit card. I think I don't think it's anything like fancy. Yours probably smacks mine. I just got the one through my bank because I wasn't thinking of using it at the time.
Tom, you gotta get, everybody's gotta get the Citibank double cash card.
Yeah, I've heard that recommended. There's some guys.
I went
YouTube.
on Forbes.com. I went on Forbes.com and I read their article about the best credit cards in 2020, and this was the top of the list. But they were like, "Oh, but you gotta have good credit to get it." And I went and applied, got it, no problem.
I couldn't even get the Amazon credit card. I was mad about that.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
But my credit's good. It's not bad. So I was very surprised because it's like, oh, that sucks. But whatever. I didn't save my $100 off my.
Does the Amazon card give you Amazon credit?
Yeah, it gives you like I think like 3 or 4% back on Amazon, and I was like,
Oof.
that's worth it.
Oof.
Yeah,
That's
something
shit.
stupid like that.
Okay, maybe I should fuck the Citibank double cash. Maybe I should get that instead.
I'm sure that the fucking interest rates are through the roof, but I mean,
Just don't
I've
accrue
never
interest.
had problem with interest, so I
Just
don't worry about that.
Just don't accrue interest, and you'll be just pay your balance, and it's fine.
I mean, yeah, that's what I do. I've never had any, not even the slightest, tiniest temptation to ever attempt making a payment and not paying off the entire balance. Never even entered my mind.
Nope. No. Like maybe if I was a kid, I had no money, and I had gotten a credit card with like a $3,000,
that's what they do.
Credit limit.
As soon as you hit 18, you start getting bombarded with those things. They want you as soon as you're in college to just like start partying off your credit card, and then they fuck you literally for life.
Yeah.
Because like imagine racking up like 10 grand worth of credit card debt at 19, plus you're already like 30 to 40 grand in the hole for college. Like that's how you get wage slaves.
God all fucking mighty. Yeah, for sure. No, probably good. Probably good that I never got one when I was like, well, I don't know. I mean, I was always pretty frugal.
I would have looked at that $2,500 MacBook Pro maxed out and been like, yeah, it's for school. It's for school.
Yeah, maybe. Ugh, based. But you know what? It's all good now. Now I got my new universal ring. I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna make it, baby. So I don't know. Anything else to say about that?
No. Money's gay, but find your
money's
way
gay,
to
but I guess so am I.
I guess I'll look into a credit card.
That's fair.
I tried to do it before, but I was overwhelmed, and I
Are you also a debit
I'm a
card
debit
boy?
card, yeah.
Oh, don't be like me. Don't wait until you're fucking 1 foot in the grave to start to start building credit. I was talking to my other friend that I live with about this, and he was like, yeah, no. When I was a kid, me and my friend, he told a story. He said, me and my friend, when we were kids, when we were in high school, we decided we wanted to start building credit. So we both got credit cards, and we would buy one Twix bar a week with our credit cards and pay it off. It's like 99 cents.
Did it work?
I couldn't believe it. He doesn't, his credit card's not as good as, well, no. He has a pretty good card. So I guess it worked as fine. He's got one of the ones that's got these weird thing that's like the year is divided into quarters, and each quarter a different like segment of things gives like a 5% cashback rate on, but everything else is like 1%. So it's like during January to March, it's like, theater and entertainment, and then the March to July, it's like travel and transit and gas and whatever. So he's got one of those things. So yeah, I guess it worked out. Lamau. Churning. Try it out, kids. The younger you are, the sooner you should start churning.
Are you paid for by JP Morgan Chase right now? Because that sounds like terrible advice.
I'm paid for. I will be paid by JP Morgan Chase when I churn their asses. Fuck yeah. It's like, I'll fucking steal money from a bank. Like, I'll fucking churn a bank and not feel bad about it.
I mean, that's the game. That's the game that everybody's playing. You're just below the income threshold. You're not supposed to be let in the door. It's bullshit.
Yeah. I don't know about like $7,000 in 4 months. I don't know if I can swing that
that's
one.
all nuts.
The lower ones. 500 in 2 months?
Easy.
Like, yeah, I think
You
I can
do
swing,
that without
I can
even
swing
trying.
that. I can get that free $200. No problem. No problem at all, sir. Dab. Well, I want to keep talking about credit cards because now they're my new thing this week. But we can move on.
Yeah. I don't even know.
You can go to voicemails if
I mean,
if we're all ready.
Yeah.
Sure.
I got a topic, but I don't know whether it's the right thing to talk about.
Bring it up.
Nah,
Bring it up. Aw, come on, please. Aw, come on. You can't just say that.
I can't just say that.
Yeah.
Well, I was thinking about like gender, right? It's a thing that is
It's true.
Debatably.
I was thinking about how gender is similar to language in that words can be lost to time, and new words can come into the common vernacular, and definitions of words can change in the same way that gendered things that are associated with being masculine or feminine can also change over time and be forgotten or rediscovered, or new things can crop up. And I was just I didn't really have much else to say about it. I was just like, it is a language, and that's interesting.
I mean,
you know the pink used to be a baby boy color. You know that?
Listen. As a cis male, nobody's more qualified to speak on the topic of gender than I am. So my spicy take about gender. I don't even think it's that spicy. I've said it on Twitter, and it didn't get a lot of pushback. Is that that's what gender is language. Like, to me, like, what gender is, like, gender just, like, being female gendered to me does not then imply, in that case, she, her pronouns, please. To me, the pronouns are the gender. Like, that's what it means. So, like, it is a linguistic construct. It's not like, it's associated with these things that make, come in and out of fashion for a gender, like wearing pink, wearing a dress, wearing pants, suit and tie, whatever, short hair, long hair, blah, blah, blah. But you boil it right down. You grind the universe down to dust and sift through every atom and you won't find one molecule of gender, right? Because it's just words. It's just like it's just whether you call someone a he or a she or a they, and that's why when someone is like, read a biology textbook. You got a dick or a pussy. You're like, you fool. You have missed the thread. You've missed the forest for the trees. We're talking about language here, you oaf. Get your mind out of the gutter. We're simply talking about the words we refer to a person with. That's what's at issue. And that's why there's no, like, even if you could empirically prove someone's gender, which you fucking can't, or sorry, like biological sex, which you fucking can't, because it's like so much more complicated than you think, you rube, it wouldn't matter. Because at the end of the day, it's about the words themselves. All that other stuff is subsumed. That's all secondary.
Well, as usual, a political conversation breaks down immediately due to different understandings and definitions used by both sides of the argument. And so two people in an argument are arguing two completely different things using the same words.
Yeah.
And it doesn't work.
Gender really confuses people. They just can't separate it from biological sex. And they understand it to be a rigid thing, and they can't imagine that gender could be.
I mean, that's what you've been taught.
Yeah.
What bugs me? What bugs me is like someone who's like that. So they say that they understand, because, like, in theory, even if you don't want to grant that it's true, in theory, it's not hard to understand how, like, gender and biological sex could refer to two different things. Even if you don't grant that they do, it's not a hard concept to understand that they could. So they'll say, like, yes, I understand that gender being different from sex. But then, like, if you grant that, and if you accept that as the case, like, there's nothing more to argue about. Like, there's simply no case then to say, like, oh, but you have a penis.
I don't think people
therefore whatever.
grant
Like,
that.
you've already
I think they just don't get that far.
Well, they claim that they sometimes they claim that okay, I mean, there's the people that are like, oh, this is cultural Marxism. Oh, you've changed the meaning of the word. Like, nah, gender and sex mean the same thing. Like, okay, that's one category of person. But then there's another category of person that does like sort of pretend to grant that point, but then continue to defend their original position that implicitly does not grant it, which is like doubly irritating.
Yeah, it's like, I see what you're saying.
And
like,
you have to deal with with these two different people in two completely
it's
different
like
ways.
someone saying, you know, I see what you're saying, and subtitles doesn't see what they're saying. It's just you're just pretending to you know, so that you can launch into your own thing about, by the way, I'm right, I'm smart.
It's like you pretend to grant the position, but then you argue as though you didn't grant it, and it's like you never granted it in the first place. Because like if the two people talking think that they agree on that, but then you say, like, okay, it's like, okay, we agree, gender and sex different. However, men have a penis and women have a vagina, and 2 + 2 = 4. It's like, what is the other person supposed to do? It's like, no, but you just said something that should contradict that, and nevertheless you have said the thing. We were supposed to be past this, but actually you just snuck under the goalposts and like just went past me when I thought we were progressing in this other direction. I don't know. I've seen people do this before. Bad faith argumentators, bad faith interlocutors abound.
Yeah.
And I curse them. There was a guy, I argued with a guy on Twitter the other day, a dipshit who I have been seeing, lefty Twitter, like, saying has been annoying them lately. Femboy Lover 69, a great man. And he is a real piece of shit. And arguing with him is so infuriating because he doesn't even make arguments. He will occasionally make a statement of fact, or what he thinks is fact. He'll say something about the topic at hand. He was talking about communism. He was like, communists are hypocrites if they use Teespring to sell T-shirts. Right. This was his argument. He's like, because Teespring is a privately owned company, and therefore they shouldn't do it. And his contention was that it's hypocritical because it's like, yeah, like, they're not forced to use Teespring. They could, have a press in their home. They could screen print themselves. And it's like, the problem with this is like, okay, what you're actually arguing is that like screen printing or self-pressing is better, which is probably true. But the conclusion you're pretending is like follows from this is that therefore it's hypocritical to do it, which is not true and does not follow. I don't think
what he's trying to argue. I think what he's trying to argue is that you don't believe in business or capitalism, but you're using a capitalistic endeavor to get your product. Therefore, you're supporting something you hate. And it's like,
yes,
and like just like such a tired argument. It's like, are libertarians hypocrites for paying taxes? It's just like,
yeah,
you
exactly.
can believe something.
Thank you.
While still being forced to, like, we all live in the system, and you can believe something even if you can't practice it. This is like common.
If he had said like it would be better and more in line with communistic values to, self-produce, I would say, yeah, probably, but maybe they couldn't afford a press, sure. Or like, maybe like the quality of screen printing they weren't happy with.
If you're trying to reach a wider market than just like your local area, it's more convenient to be able to have people be able to purchase it themselves,
yeah, like there are trade-offs. Like there are trade-offs for this, and like, yeah, is it kind of unfortunate and maybe less than optimal that this is a privately owned company? Yeah, probably. Probably they would like to own the means of production in this case. And I would agree with that. But that's not what he said. He said, like, oh, they're hypocrites for doing it, which, like, you're an idiot. And, you know, arguing with him about this, the way he would argue is I would just, like, get to a point and, like, we would get to the end of, like, a string of, like, back and forth, and I would, like, say something. And he would just say, like, nah. And, like, that would be it. That would be, like, the terminating. He would terminate the with just, like, nah. Or he in the middle of it, he would just be like, you've already been proven to be a liar. And I'd be like, where did I lie? I'm like there's like nowhere anywhere here has there been a lie. But like that's he would just say like, he'd just call you a liar, call you a hypocrite, not like prove it or anything, but like because he said it, like
This guy
he won.
sounds 15.
I don't know. This guy is like, he's only been on Twitter a couple months, but he's such a prolific and vigorous bad faith argument maker that he's got like 15K followers
Holy
of
shit.
of like scrabbling little like knuckle draggers who are just like fucking hungry, who are hungry for the taste of boot leather.
Is
they
he
love
just
it.
debate people on Twitter?
and he's here to provide. He's here to provide, baby.
That's
yeah,
all
on
he
Twitter.
does?
I think he runs a blog too. I mean, I don't think he's like on YouTube or anything.
Don't you have anything better to do?
I mean, this is working for him.
I mean, it is, but it's just so sad.
It's sad and it makes me
Not
mad.
even like that he's making bad arguments. Just the fact that like this is what you're gonna choose to spend your limited amount of time doing.
I mean,
It's just so
I would imagine he's not that
I mean,
old.
any time spent on Twitter is is wasted.
It's true.
That much
the
is
2
true.
weeks I was off Twitter were the 2 best weeks of like the last 12 months easily, just in terms of like just mental clarity.
Mm-hmm. He's probably a teenager or whatever.
Definitely sounds like it.
He's also probably like Armenian.
You think? What makes you say that?
Yes. Because there's a I'm not the only one who's noticed it, and I'm not trying to be racist or anything.
No.
There's anecdotes to this. There's actually data. I've
Does he
seen
look like
data.
Maddox?
I've seen charts where like, I don't know what he looks like, but like he reminds me of like Glink, right? A little bit. There's a certain
person.
trend. There's a certain trend among white people, and like Armenians are like, they are Caucasians, so like they are technically white people, even though they're like, you know, they have darker skin. But there is a trend wherein like the more, like kind of the less white a white person looks, like the more like socially conservative they are.
What?
This is like true. And I know I'm being a little racist here, but like this is data driven.
Why Armenian though?
don't
What do you mean
understand.
by that?
Oh, well, that's just an example of like that's like just a group of people who are Caucasian but who are like have like kind of darker skin and sort of have the like kind of Mediterranean look to them. I should probably like cite my sources on this so I don't come off as like
I
a
have no
fucking
idea what you're
weirdo.
talking about.
Am I late? I
It definitely feels
God,
weird. That feels pretty weird.
Does that feel weird? Should I cut this part? I'm not
weird.
I'm not talking out my ass. I wouldn't
just like a.
I wouldn't just say that. I wouldn't just say this because I like met some shitty Armenians who were dicks.
all right,
like
all right. I will admit I am not educated enough to know if you're bullshitting pulling this out of your ass or not. But as a neophyte, it sounds kind of strange.
Does it sound weird? Oh fuck, I'm racist. Oh no, horseshoe theory is real. Horseshoe theory is real. I've proven it. Oh, I'm googling dark skin, white.
Oh no.
Yeah,
How about those
Azerbaijan,
voice fails, guys?
European. The only time I've heard, it's right next to Turkey. The only time I've heard of Armenia was knowing that Maddox was Armenian, I think. Like his family was from there.
Okay, well, I found one that says this is not the same, but I found a report from the Washington Post that says lighter-skinned minorities are more likely to support Republicans, which is kind of the inverse. Well, it's sort of the obverse of what I was saying. Oh no, I can't find it. I swear to God I saw a graph. I swear to God I saw data. I'm not just making this up. I'm scared now. I'm scared to release this.
Did you get blind drunk?
Edit me out of this entire episode.
and come up with a graph in your dreams.
No!
Dude, Pixar didn't happen, Ben.
You know what? After the episode, I'm gonna go look it up. I'm gonna send Eleazar the graph and be like, show this on screen. Show this on screen right now. Prove it. Prove that I have data. And data means you're not racist. I don't know. Look. Hey guys, Ben from the future here. I went and looked and I found it. I found this post about the study. The post says, and I quote, "Darker-skinned whites measured via a light reflectance spectrophotometer identify more strongly with their white racial identity and are more likely to hold conservative political views on racialized issues and support Trump." So there you go. I'll try and find the graph. Eleazar, show the graph. I was kind of trying to be jokey about it. I don't know if it came off like I was making a joke. I'm sorry. I apologize for the discomfort that you may be feeling, that you may have felt about some of my less sensitive comments. I assure you, my discomfort was much greater, as I will be you will hear me flop sweating and trying to fucking cope for the next several minutes of the podcast. So, right back to it. You know what? He just, this guy's just like, he's just fervent. He's just fervent in a way that makes me think, I don't know. You know what? Never mind. He just reminds me of Glink. You know what? Literally, he just reminds me of Glink. That's probably why I think he's Armenian. That's probably why.
Okay. Cool.
Is Glink Armenian?
Yes. Fuck, I think so. 99%. I'm like sweating. I'm like sweating that I've said something nasty.
Oof. How about the?
I can't hear you.
How about those?
How about those voicemails?
How about
those voicemails? Yeah. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god.
There's a lot. There's a lot again.
Oh shit.
Oh god, I gotta pull them up.
There's like 27.
Speak pipe.
No, 22. I forgot there's 20 a page, not 25.
All of them are gonna be mad about me and Tom not listening to a lot of them.
Are they?
Wait, what's the first one?
The first one that I see is from.
Is it Blind Gay Boy?
Right? That's
I don't know. I mean, what was the
last one?
Did you listen
was
to Leftism in my PCP?
Yeah, that's the last one.
Okay, then we should start with Blind Gay Boy.
All right, let's do it.
All right, here we go, baby.
I'm ready.
3, 2, 1, go.
Infamous homeless woman Digine once wrote a song called Sad Gay Boy, in which the titular sad gay boy goes to sleep at sunrise because, quote, his weary bleary eyes can't handle all the light. Do you want to be a sad gay boy? Of course not. So stare right into that burning colossus. Keep your cute little eye globes on that shit and get right up in its business. Why do you think Digi wears shades? Get out there and stare down the Sun King.
Whatever.
The Pro Crastinators podcast does not advocate staring directly into the sun without protective eyewear.
We did though. We did advocate for that.
We were all twisted. Now that we're sober, clearly not a good idea.
No, you
were
should still do it.
I was wasted.
All right.
And I don't remember anything of the sort.
Cool.
Jilted Samurai.
All right.
3, 2, 1, go.
Konnichiwa. I am a leader of Samurai Odaru desu. Benno Sento-san, you bring a great dishonor to Samurai.
I know, I said a racist thing. I did racism. I'm sorry, Jilted Samurai.
10 no years, Sento-san, but you never return to Samurai clan. Why? Instead of you, Benno Sento-san, join no enemy Antifa Crano.
I'm sorry.
Fuck all you,
Sorry, man.
traitor, Benno-san. But until next time, sayonara.
Sayonara. I couldn't, they just had cooler looking armor. I like their color scheme better. I like the red and black. It was edgy for an edgy goth like myself.
Sorry,
I'm sorry.
I DC'd for a second. What happened? You listen to the next one?
Oh, my former sensei is mad at me for joining Antifa. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
He'll get over it. Okay, next one. My wee is in the blender, Daddy.
Oh,
I can't wait.
I
3,
can.
2, 1, go.
Yo, what's up, guys? I got a couple of things to say. First off, thank you to Nate. If not for your Radcon lecture, I would have never read One Piece. It's become one of my favorite manga of all time. It's probably second to only Gunmu. Being in Australia, where bushfires straight into COVID, shitty year. You really helped. One Piece really helped pick me up, and I wanted to thank you for encouraging me to read it. Secondly, hope everything's going all right with Digi. Thirdly, last time Endless Jess was on, he was talking about how pro wrestling's shitty now without crowds. I've been a pro wrestler for 8 years now. I've worked in about 6 different countries.
Wait, what
Just
the fuck?
gonna tell you right now, Jess, you're a fucking idiot. What the hell did you expect? Pro wrestling plays inherently to a crowd. That's our job. We're working for live reactions. Without the live crowd, of course, there's not going to be a live reaction. What the fuck were you expecting? At the same time, I don't know why the fuck you're watching WWE if you want good quality of pro wrestling. That's fucking barely pro wrestling. And fourth and most importantly, Ben, go fuck yourself, buddy. All right, bye.
Cool.
The Australian
Wait.
pro wrestler called in.
I
What did
mean,
he s-
shitting on Ben, totally understandable.
What-
Shitting
what-
on Jesse for agreeing with you, kind of strange.
Wait, what did he say that Jesse said was stupid?
Jesse said that, remember when he was talking about how because of COVID, WWE, they're doing shows without crowds, and he said it was dumb, and we watched that like one clip on his MacBook where they were just like wrestling in an empty arena, and it was really
Yeah.
fucking weird.
Yeah.
This guy
Yeah.
said like, of course it's dumb. What did you expect? You're an idiot, Jess. And it's like, what do you mean?
Well,
he
but
agreed with you.
Did he agree?
yeah, okay. That's weird. Well, I don't know. Fuck you, wee in the blender.
I don't
I don't know.
think I don't think Jesse saying, "Oh man, it's bad now," was in any way him expressing surprise.
I
It was
would
more just
send
like
you-
saying, "Look how bad this is."
I would send you to voice jail, but frankly, you're not worth the paperwork. Ugh. All right, next one is from Sunny. 3, 2, 1, go.
Hello, everybody. I just got done doing one of my first, what I'm going to call 100% completion runs of the shower. So I got 1:54 on shampoo, conditioner, face wash, and body soap. I got sub 2 minute time using the conditioner because I used staying conditioner after I was in the shower, so I didn't need to rinse it out or worry about the time it takes for the conditioner to be in. So I'm wondering if anybody else has any more optimization of the speed run of the shower, or if this is the kind of fastest we're gonna get.
It's the shower speedrun thing.
Yeah.
I haven't
shower
tried it
speedrun.
myself actually. I always like using the shower as like a fucking like waterfall meditation zone. I stay in there for like 20 hours.
It's true. It's true.
Not me. I'm just fucking. I'm in and out. I'm in and out. Rinse off. Get it done. It's too hot. It's too fucking hot to be showering these days.
Well, you just make it colder showers.
It's true.
No, that's terrible.
Lukewarm
no,
shower.
no.
Gets the job done.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not good though. I don't like it. No, very workmanlike. Actually, I should be practicing my shower speedruns, but I don't want to stress about it. Like I don't want to freak myself out. I want to slip on some soap from overexertion.
I would not speedrun a shower. It just seems not worth it. That's like
Seems
a
just
moment
too
of
hard.
calm.
Dump
in
a
my
bucket
day.
over your head.
I
It's
feel
quicker.
like the shower speedruns have like caught on. Like we get like a relatively high volume of voicemails pertaining to shower speedruns.
It seems like something just autistic enough for our audience to latch onto. You know, like why don't you just like get some soap and some water and like a bucket and then just dump it over your head, do an any percent completion run? That seems like the most optimal way to do it.
Agreed. Is someone try that and tell us what your time is?
Yeah.
All right, next one is, oh god, it's 1:30.
Now you understand why we skip some of these.
Spit out that red pill. 3, 2, 1, go. We can stop it if it's boring.
Ben's democratization of the voicemails by playing literally every message that comes into the inbox. But when you don't screen for voicemails, occasionally some weird stuff's going to come through. For instance, the other week when a young man left a voicemail asking the Jewish question. Now, I appreciate everyone on the pod's attempts to argue against
and
the question, debunk this question, but it was pretty clear that y'all were not ready or prepared for that discussion.
Why would we be?
This just leaves, wide open spaces for these far-right talking points to be planted into the minds of your young and impressionable listeners, which we all know that you have plenty of. In the future, I would simply suggest that whenever far-right propaganda comes into your voicemail, you simply respond with, "This is far-right propaganda, not based in facts and logic. We will not justify it with discussion here. For those of you who would like to see why this is simply not true, I suggest that you go to YouTube and search Vosh answers the Jewish question, and you will find Vosh systematically debunk and destroy this talking point with facts, evidence, and logic. Thanks for all you do, boys. Keep it up. Fuck Nazis."
Okay. Yeah.
I forget exactly
cool.
what the thing was, but yeah, I guess.
I don't remember what I do remember
this
us
was
talking
like a couple
about
weeks ago, I think. Right?
I do remember us talking about the Jewish question. I don't remember what we said.
I'm pretty.
Yeah, it's true. It's true that like, it is a far right talking point.
Sure.
He's got a point.
I don't think it's. I don't want to say I don't think it's a big deal, but I think the way we handled it downplayed it pretty effectively.
I mean, my intent was to I mean, maybe I didn't do it as thoroughly as Vosh. I don't know. I haven't seen Vosh's Jewish question video, but my intent was to be like, oh, the Jewish question. Here's why it doesn't make any sense. I don't know, but he's got a point. This is far right propaganda is a pretty reasonable response to a lot of things. I will consider that in the future, Mr. Spit Out, sir. Okay, next one. Plan B. 3, 2, 1, go.
So I haven't listened to the podcast in a long while. I haven't since I think around episode 101, 102.
Holy shit.
I got a job around then and haven't had any time to listen to podcasts. But now I've been thrown back into NEATdom because of COVID. So figured what better way to waste time than listening to the podcast.
It's the best.
The only one I've listened to so far is Bencast episode.
Yeah, good choice.
I think it's really cool that you guys have this voicemail thing now. But I did want to say that a lot of the people that I've heard sound like pathetic beta males with no girlfriend.
Mm-hmm.
And I just want to say, imagine how many less there would be if we bullied them early and often.
Like they'd kill themselves?
So, no, I think or maybe I what I was assuming is that if we bully them, what he was saying, that they would stop being those things.
What does he mean we? What does he mean we? Like we as a society?
I guess
he means
I feel like them being bullied is where they come from.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know how seriously to take this question. Yeah. Like I think people become
someone who is quote unquote a beta male feels like socially uncomfortable because they're not accepted into society, right? You know? Like you're not conforming
to a certain extent,
to certain social expectations. You're given guff for that by the people around you, and most people crumble under that pressure and further recede into the shadows of society and don't ever develop interpersonal skills that allow them to flourish in a more conventional manner. So I feel like bullying people would bring the 1%, 1 to 2% of people who kind of like take that as a challenge and rise above it and make them stronger at the extent of to the damage of the 98% remaining who would just be upset by it.
Yep.
It
Bullying's
sounded like
bad,
a,
actually.
It sounded like a comedic sort of like, you know.
I agree. I think he was going for it, but I'm not laughing, so I have no choice but to respond as though it were meant 100% sincerely.
You just can't tell sometimes.
Yeah.
You know, that's just the society we live in now. What's a joke and what isn't?
Who knows? It's a social construct.
It's hard to know what it's a joke when the entire world's become one.
Next one is Callum. 3, 2, 1, go.
Hey, so it doesn't seem fair to me that all of the PCP members get to go to this $30,000 Radcon event, even though some of these members only show up for like 4 episodes a year. It just doesn't seem that fair to me. What do you think?
Well, the Radcon 4, I think. I'm trying to think like what it exactly is referring to. Like me, Nate, Ben, Tom are the most frequent, I think, on the podcast.
Yeah, he's probably talking. I mean, Digi is. I mean, I wouldn't say he's on. I mean, he hasn't. Sorry, she hasn't been on in a while. But like before, like she has periods where she's on pretty regularly.
Yeah.
So maybe I think he's talking about maybe Digi and definitely Jesse.
I mean, Jesse wasn't planning on being there.
Yeah,
like
Jesse
he wasn't part of any
turned
of the
up.
plan. That was a bonus. You know, he had nothing to do with like any of the money or the payments. He drove up there by himself, completely separate from all of us. So Jesse's just a bonus. Like that was just icing on top of the Radcon cake.
Yeah.
I think the thing
in terms of
it's like the podcast is, you know, the show we do together, but it's not the reason we have become popular enough to get a Radcon made. It's because individually we've done good things. So like Digi being allowed to come is like, of course,
right?
Like people will pay to see Digi hang out with us, and
we're
that's
doing
fine.
better work outside of the podcast, and even in this channel itself. The Radcon content is the tentpole stuff, and this is just the glue sticking the Radcons together. Like, I don't think anybody would deny that.
I would definitely like it if the others showed up more, because I like talking to him.
Yeah. Yeah, where is everybody?
But I don't know whether it would be, like, any grounds to exclude anyone from a new Radcon if they wanted to come.
Right. I mean, Digi did a ton of the reward stuff leading up to Radcon and a lot of the promotion. So like, you know,
yeah, like
that regard,
Jesse was only like kind of involved because he didn't really do any of like the prep work or like the other stuff associated. He was just kind of there for it, and like we took that into account and everything. But like Digi like helped. Digi was helping with looking for a house and all this stuff, and we were like, maybe we all show up to the podcast as much as one another equivalently, but like we all chipped in and like we're working on like making Radcon itself happen. So like it was a collaborative effort among all. So I feel it was pretty fair.
Not only that, the episode participation is all paid separately, and so you're already getting paid for your appearances on the episode or lack thereof.
If you do not come to the Procrastinators podcast, you don't get paid for the episodes that are made through the Patreon. You don't get nothing.
Yes. So, if you show up for 0 episodes a month, you get $0 for that month. So, I feel like that calculation is already taken care of pre-Radcon itself.
Agreed.
We got a system. It's convoluted and dumb, but
it's
it
very
works.
convoluted. I was looking through the spreadsheet the other day, and I like could not fucking.
Well, the spreadsheet was made by Nate, and you can tell.
I think it's just got some like I think there's just kind of some like random crap in there that's like not even like really data. It's just sort of numbers in cells that don't relate to anything else.
He has like notes for himself on the spreadsheet in the spreadsheet that does the calculation. So there are some like extra fields. And I know it also has to handle the other channels attached to that Google account. So there's some extraneous information besides the PCP numbers themselves that have to be calculated. So, you know, because you're only allowed one AdSense thing per Google account, and so it's really annoying the way that all works. It's YouTube being terrible as it is. So
yeah, makes sense. Next one, productivity tips.
All right, I'm game.
3, 2, 1, go.
Okay, tips to the PCP members here on productivity. If any of you ever feel like you're not being productive enough, send a voicemail into this show, this PCP show. It'll really get you going. Trust me on that one. Okay, goodbye.
No, do not listen to this man.
We'll never know though whether he was telling the truth. He could have gone and made the Mona Lisa 2 right after this.
Imagine a sequel to the Mona Lisa.
I'd never. It was made on YouTube in MS Paint.
Oh yeah, we
is
did
that a
that.
reference to something?
Didn't we do that for a drawcast?
Did we?
Like MS Paint drawings and I think
we did MS Paint drawings.
We did.
I was talking about the guy who did like remade the Mona Lisa in MS Paint on YouTube in like 2006.
Is it good?
It's like pixel for pixel, like exact copy.
Wow.
Yeah, it's one of those videos.
Pixel for pixel isn't that interesting. What if he just literally took a picture of it and copied the pixels?
Well, no, it's a speed draw of him doing it with the MS Paint tools, recreating Mona Lisa.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's impressive. It's impressive.
It's one of those things.
Oh God,
Can we skip this one?
No, voice jail. Skip.
Let's wait. That's what he wants. He wants to go to voice jail. He's baiting us.
All right. Then we'll just skip it.
I'm tempted to skip it. Let's stop telling us about Persona 5. Okay, next one. Consume product. Here's why. God. HBO Max rebuttal. Okay, I'll give this guy one more chance. 3, 2, 1, go.
Tom mentioned that streaming services are like bringing back cable, but actually it's kind of not true. Like kind of true, but kind of not true. Here's why, okay? So, like, on cable, you know, it's only on your TV pretty much. And this show was on Tuesday at whatever time, and this show is, you know, you gotta, like, be at the TV at certain times. No more of that shit. You know, streaming services, you could just turn it on and watch whatever the fuck you want and watch it whenever the fuck you want, bro. And there's, like, significantly less ads, which is great, bro. Like, come on. And also they're like way cheaper than cable. Like isn't cable like I don't know, like $40 or something a month or whatever? I don't even know how much. I maybe I'm actually wrong about this point, but like streaming services are generally like I don't think there is a streaming service that is more than $20 a month. Like bro, they're pretty cheap. And you get so much bang for your buck, and you might be like, "Why buy things?" Well, you feel better about it, you stupid dummy, bro.
Whoa,
you know,
that's
you work to get money, and then you spend the money on things, and you feel better than if you pirated it.
This guy is
unless,
fucking
you feel better than if you pirated it. No,
I feel better when I pirate it.
Give me a fucking break.
But I mean, in any case, pirating is illegal. Don't do it, bros. Don't listen to these guys.
Oh my god!
I don't. Is this a joke? Is this
it has to be a joke?
Wait.
You had me going there for a minute, buddy.
I stopped right before the end. What did he say?
He was saying piracy is bad. Don't do it. It's illegal, and you'll feel better if you pay for the thing.
Yeah. All right.
No,
he had me going for the first half.
No,
That's definitely bait.
Nice ruse, my dude. Impossible.
Hilarious.
Next one is anti-piracy on streaming services.
Wait a minute.
God, the next like 4 are about stream. Okay, whatever. 3, 2, 1.
Is the same guy?
Probably. 3, 2, 1, go.
So you also mentioned ripping a show from a streaming service and then like putting it on a torrent or pirate or whatever. I don't think it's possible to do that anymore because like they've done this thing where if you take a screenshot or a screen record, the screen will like turn black at least for HBO Max. I don't know about
No,
other things.
I don't care. Shut up. Shut up.
Yeah.
Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. I'm not reading. I don't care. But I'm skipping the next one too. Fuck it. We're moving on to Digibro is pretentious. Explanation. Yes. Yes.
Cool.
Ready. 3, 2, 1, go.
Let me explain to you the point of my previous voicemail. You see, Digi, like 6 years ago or some shit, made a video about the wind rises, and it's like quick analysis or whatever, and it's like 4 or 5 minutes.
Shit. Fuck.
And like almost all of it is pretentious bullshit. And then recently, separately in the PCP, he has like said that like people are stupid on voicemails or whatever, but like he's so pretentious, bro. What the fuck? That's the theme. That's the point of the voicemail. You just didn't connect the dots. So
That
boo-hoo.
sucked.
Digibro's
Fuck you.
pretentious.
Fuck off, Digibro is pretentious guy.
Ben,
you are
do you
a
understand
fucking
why
mutant.
I skip voicemails now? Are you getting it? Is
Oh
it
my
sinking in?
god,
This
that
is
sucks
just the
so
same.
bad.
It's the same voicemail again.
Shut the
the
fuck
it was
up.
entirely
Ugh.
just as stupid as before, but I
Garbage.
think you had a stupid
Complete
voice to
jail?
start.
garbage.
Voice jail?
I don't know. I feel like voice jail's too good for this fucking monster.
No.
Voice
jail has
jail's
kind of become a meme. It's a badge of
voice
honor
jail
now.
has
It's
voice
been
jail has
undermined.
become a mark of privilege.
Yeah. Oh God. Fuck.
3 square meals a day, all your needs taken care of. I'd kill to be in voice jail right now.
All right, voice bad credit. How about that?
Yeah, they'll never be able to churn as long as they
Voice churnless status. Churnless.
Okay.
Unchurnable.
Okay, I've calmed down. Next one is, remember the grinding religion? I do. 3, 2, 1, go.
That one guy mentioned getting into PCP when he was 11. I just wanted to talk about how I got into the PCP. It was episode, I think it's 107, Religion. It was really great. And you might be wondering, what is the fucking point of this voicemail? Boohoo, what is the point of voice? The point is grind jealousism. You gotta grind, and then that's the amount of time you get in the afterlife. That was the religion that you guys made up for that episode. And you never brought it up again. And I want you to bring it back. Grind jealousism is so base, bro.
Grind jealousism?
I don't remember this at all.
Like a religion about grinding? As in
grinding like
actually
grinding
good.
like on a skateboard?
Yeah.
No, like grinding, like getting work done. I thought.
I choose to believe that it means the more time you spend grinding on rails on your fucking skateboards, the more the time you spend in heaven.
You know what? That's even better. I'll take it.
You got to get a streak going. You got to. Life is a Tony Hawk level, and there's a time limit, and you've got to get a certain score to get into heaven.
You gotta be God's gift to grind. You gotta be chaining everywhere you go in life. You gotta be chaining your moves. You gotta be aerialing. You gotta be manualing from rail to rail. It's the only way. Voice grail.
Wasn't that the same guy that we were just saying was stupid?
It was the same guy. Yes. I think it was. Okay, it cancels out. No, fuck it. Okay. No, fuck.
You're like way more. You're. I feel like you're more entertained by your grinding explanation than you are about the voicemail itself.
Yeah, you're right. Okay. All right, guys. Next voicemail. God, this is another sequel voicemail. It's the guy that said like vocals are instrumentals. No, I don't care. Yes, of course they're instrumentals. Shut up. Yeah, thanks for your voicemail. Love you. Mwah. Thanks for watching. Thanks for the ad revenue. Fuck off. No more. Next one. Slime Caves background music from Ben's Dream. Holy shit. I'm stoked for this one. I am ready.
All right.
Are you ready?
It's 0 seconds. Do we have to copy the link?
Yeah, I'm gonna copy the link.
All right, just gonna do that.
To Vokaroo.
Good old Vokaroo.
Wait.
I think he doesn't realize that the link he sent does not link to his recording.
Oh
no, it doesn't work, bruh.
This is just that I have to press record, and this is my own thing. This is not what he thinks it is.
Oh
Bruh, your link didn't work. Bruh, you gotta send it again. I gotta know the background music to my slime cave dream.
What if it's gone forever?
Send it to Twitter?
Oh, no.
Maybe
He
it
must
only
have
lasts for
saved
a
it
little
somewhere. Well,
The struggle
I mean,
is real.
call again. Call again. Try again. I want to hear it. Next one. Digimon God.
Sounds sick. I'm in.
3, 2, 1, go.
Digivices or Kino, and the guy that recommended them is a genius. I didn't know Wave 3 was out, but thanks, dude, for letting me know. You all need to get a Digivice. You all need to go to RadCon 5 and start your Digivices at the same time. You all get eggs at the same time, and then at the end of the week, whoever has the best Digimon is king. Oh my god, this thing needs to happen. This needs to be one of the main events of RadCon 5.
Yeah,
I want to see
yeah.
a Digimon battle. The battle system is
Okay.
deep. It's not just, oh, it's a little toy. No, there's vaccine, virus, data types. There's like fucking, there's an element wheel. There's a
Fuck
fucking, how much you love your Digimon impacts its power. How much you feed your Digimon impacts its power.
It's true.
There's so much fucking strategy. There's fucking tag battles. There's fucking tag team 2v2 Digimon battles in this fucking little keychain toy. Pokemon is shit. Digimon is Kino. Do Digimon for
I've been
real. Don't
preaching this
fucking
for
let this
years.
idea fade away.
You know what? I'm totally with you. I'm totally down.
I already
yes.
got mine. I'm ready to go.
Really?
Yeah.
You do.
I have the first revision. I got it
Man,
for my sister for Christmas in December.
Well, we gotta get the newest. Like for the next RadCon, for this tournament, we gotta get the new ones, right?
Well, who knows what gen they'll be on by the time RadCon 5 rolls around, but
okay.
It would be
Yeah,
pretty
fair.
funny
Yeah, fair.
to like have in the background of like, I don't know, as a live stream, we got the webcam and like 4 out of the 5 people on screen are like clicking their little Digimon things.
Like, no, I gotta. Oh, my Kabuterimon just took a little poop, and I gotta clean it up. I'm sorry, I can't join you. Yeah. I gotta clean it up and then feed it back to him.
Fuck.
Wasn't that a thing you could do with the could you like try and like tell it to eat its own shit or something? Am I like crazy?
You're definitely making that up.
Could you point to its shit or something to like shame it or something like that? I feel like there was something you could do like when your Digimon had shit. You could like do something with the shit that like the Digimon would be like sad.
You might be thinking of like Digimon World for PlayStation. I don't think that was on the pets, on the V pets.
I don't think I ever played that.
I don't know, dude.
I don't know. I just want to play with Digimon shit. That's what I want.
It's pretty good. It's a good time.
Next one, Gender Bender. 3, 2, 1, go.
I thought I would change things up and actually ask a question with this, voicemail.
So stupid.
If you guys turned into a hot girl tomorrow, how much of a slut would you be?
I would.
I mean,
with girls, probably a lot. I would be a lesbian, and I would make out with girls.
I would. Yeah, I guess I'd have the same answer.
I don't know.
I would probably be quite a bit. Yeah, I'd probably be quite a bit of a slut.
And I'd probably try and like find that balance where you're not like too much of a slut, but you're still making money. Like I'd probably be a Twitch streamer. I'd probably just, like,
that's what I was gonna say.
cash that check instantly. Yeah.
No, you fools.
Yeah.
That's not what the question's about.
All right.
I'm just saying, if I was a woman, that's what I would probably do. I'd probably cash that check.
He's not asking how would you monetize it.
No,
he's
no,
asking
no.
like
I'm
would
offering
you? He's
this
asking
as
like
an
would you?
aside.
Okay, he wants to know if you'd fuck. He wants to know if you'd fuck.
Well, what I'm trying to.
Yeah.
I like if it suddenly happened. I don't like. I would still be the same person underneath. I don't know how to immediately get laid. I would just be like, I don't know. I'll stay inside.
Instantaneous thing. But
if you were a hot girl, it would be pretty easy.
Well, I know it'd be pretty easy, but I don't know
girls, I don't know
what
how
to
hard
do.
it
The
is.
only thing I know to do is to be online. So I would start a Twitch stream and see what happens.
I mean, during COVID, yeah. If I were a hot girl,
it'd be hard for everybody at this point.
Yeah, if I were a hot girl and I wanted to have some lesbian sex, I don't know. I would just go to like a bar or something, and just like be. Oh, but then guys would be hitting on me, and that'd be gross.
You gotta get on like Tinder, girls only, and then just swipe. And because you're attractive, you'll get all the matches because that's how it works.
Yeah, maybe that would be.
I mean, you're already
Yeah.
a Tinder champion. You can just use all your pro strats.
This is making me understand even just this easiest, simplest little thought experiment. I feel like I understand the female experience a little bit better. Like, yeah, I wouldn't want to go like out to like a club or something, because like, yeah, guys would be hitting on me, and I'm like, I'm not interested in them. Like, I don't want them. Like, there's a chance that like a girl would hit on me, but probably not, because girls are not used to being like aggressive like that. So it would just be guys hitting. I would have to go out and put in the effort. I would have to go out. God, it would be the same as being a man. I just have to go out and hit on the girl. I'd have to take matters into my own hands, and I hate that. I don't want to do that. That's dumb. What's even the point? What's even the point of being a girl if I have to go and fucking
Making
put the
lots
work
of
in?
money from
The-
beta men.
the-
That's
the
literally
point of
the
being-
point.
The point of being a girl is that you don't have to put the work in. Without that, it's
Right.
worthless.
That's why you got to start a Twitch stream, keep all
God.
of them at a state or more away from you,
I
and
don't-
collect all of their money.
I don't care about money. Well, I mean, how much are we talking?
Hundreds of thousands of dollars, Ben, easily.
Okay. Hundreds of thousands?
Yeah.
In
If
like
not,
a year?
If not millions. Yes. A lot of these streamers make hundreds of thousands of dollars a month, Ben. Look it up. It's really
Okay,
it's,
okay, okay, okay. But you can't just be any hot girl and make that much.
Yes, you can.
No,
Yeah.
not any hot girl
Have
can
you
just make
seen
that
some
much.
of these people on Twitch? They have
But it's
nothing
not-
going for them.
But it's not
Personality
okay.
wise or presentation wise.
I understand
They
that
just
you can
sit
be
there with a shirt unbuttoned and just read the
I
chat.
I understand that you can be nothing but a hot girl and make that much money.
Okay.
But that's not to say that literally any girl that is hot can just hop on Twitch.
No, but
and
like,
make that
you're
and make
already
that money.
you're already making money as a man, as an entertainer. You think if you put some tits on you and an attractive face, you're not gonna like
Wait.
quadruple your income?
Oh, wait. You're not saying like start a new account or like start a new like face with a new name. It's like start a new identity as a female titty
Well, no,
streamer.
I'm saying you would.
You're saying, hey guys, I'm still Tom Oliver, but now I've got tits and I want you to pay for it.
No. I'm saying you would start a new thing, but I'm saying because you're not just like an empty husk of a human with some tits. You're still you, and like your entire job is to be an entertainer. So if you're an entertainer and you have all that experience being an entertainer, but now you have the benefit of being an attractive woman on the internet, you're now playing with a stacked deck. You have a huge advantage.
I'm gonna level with you, Tom. I don't feel like I have an advantage. I feel like I would in fact be starting over from zero.
You don't think that everything being equal, if you were a woman, you'd be making more money than you are right now?
That's not. I might. No, that might be true. That might be true. That might be true.
That is a
okay. You might be right about that, but that's not what I'm saying.
1-0 at least.
But
to your
okay,
Patreon.
No. But that's not what I'm
Easy.
saying. Yes, true, but that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that if I were to be a hot girl but start from scratch on like a new account with no pre-existing clout, I do not think that my experience as a podcaster or like online content creator or whatever, I do not think that would factor particularly heavily into like whether or not I make it in like the Twitch titty streaming game, the OnlyFans game.
I
don't think it translates. No.
I think it does. But I guess one of us is gonna have to take the plunge and find out.
Okay, yeah,
voicemail. Just work your magic. Gender bend one of us for science. I guess we'll just have to find out the hard way.
Yes, please and thank you. Next one.
Yep.
I guess so.
Okay. Next one is another one from Margar. More Margar, please. 3, 2, 1, go.
Margar here. I'm on week 2 in voice jail. I'm fighting for my fucking life in here. Ben Saint, I repeat, Ben Saint is sending swarms of fucking goons to my cell every hour on the hour. I'm just barely clinging on. Luckily, all of his goons are pretty weak, so I'm being able to hold them off, but the sheer mass of the bodies that Ben is sending against me is getting on my nerves, and I'm pretty fucked up right now. We need to abolish the police state immediately, please. Also, congrats on getting the channel restored.
Thanks. I don't know. It kind of sounds like the police state's doing its job, which is to like go in droves after its enemies and be defeated.
Go in droves after his enemies who have already been locked up, just to bully him a little, rough him up.
We already won, but we want to give ourselves an opportunity to lose again.
He's in jail, and I'm just sending like platoons of soldiers into his cell where he is.
Like
Ben
low-level
just
grunts.
feels so guilty. He has to send these cops in to get abused, so he can like feel better for supporting the police state.
Yeah, if you run like the police, but you make sure that they're badly trained and ill-equipped, and you send them into war.
He's
the ultimate sleeper agent.
He's like in the cell, but he's like, he still represents a threat to democracy. Like, open fire. Like, we can't let him get away. And he's just sitting there. I don't know how it works. I'm not sure. But I like it. Hey, Margaret, we're gonna get you. We're gonna get you one of these days. All right. Next one. British people talking about African drums. 3,
That's me.
2, 1, go.
Wait, it's a bit of a bongo in it.
Quit sava and a bongo in it.
Don't
quit some.
That's not
Gib,
how
translate.
we speak. I didn't hear. It was too quick. I heard bongo. I
One
got a
more
bongo.
time.
Well, I don't have a bongo.
There's a bongo in my basement. It belongs to my neighbor.
It's a pair of bongos. They always come in pairs.
I'm gonna listen one more time. I think he's saying, well, it's a bit of a bongo in it. Which I don't know.
Sounds like to me too.
Is it a bit of a bongo?
I mean, I've never heard the phrase bongo to be
talking-
used as any sort of descriptive word.
No,
That just sounds
I
like
don't
a
know.
silly like a lol
Ebe-
so random sort of thing. I don't think that's a British thing. This guy's stupid.
I don't even think this guy's really British. Sad. Okay, next one. Safirio, creative shipping. 3, 2, 1, go.
All right. Favorite creative ship. So we've got like Digimunch with stealing your dad as if it were easy. I like that. A lot of energy there. But like, what are your
Is this a Joker
favorites, best hypotheticals? I know Tom and Take, the Gibbon Take Tom Oliver combo on the PCP itself is just chef kiss. But what are your opinions on best creative shipping?
Okay, the challenge here is in which one makes the funniest name. So fuck.
I mean, nothing can top Digi-Curious. It was the original. It was the best. Like, it'll never be beaten.
Yeah.
You know?
True. What about Endless Nate? Pretty good, right?
What about Best Saint Ever? Really get some really edgy content.
What about
Mage Chi?
Chi?
Mage Chi, like Munchie Mage.
Oh, Mage Chi. Yeah. What about Gibbon Tom? Fuck, he already said that one, but reversed. What about Gibbon Nay?
Gibbon A.
Nay. Because Digi Nay. What about let's go through every possible permutation.
No, it's gonna take
ages. Make a spreadsheet. No, we have to go one down the list. Okay. Voice jail. Are we thinking voice jail?
I don't know if it was that.
I don't think it's a voice jail. I think it's a jail. Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry.
Come up with good ship names in the comments.
Yeah, put your best ship in the comment since we have comments again.
Agreed. Because I feel like there probably are some funny ones, but I can't think about this right now. I'm working here. Last one, friendly friend Manlium. Let's hear what he's got to say. 3, 2, 1, go.
Howdy there, whoever may or may not be listening. It is I, the mighty. Doesn't matter.
Okay.
I'm fucking tired very, very exhausted.
Me
Nobody
too,
probably.
me too.
Apologies.
You've wasted
20 seconds.
20 seconds of our life.
I like what you society living clowns are doing here. This podcast thing. I like it. It's cool. It brings me entertainment, joy.
We're being trolled. We're being trolled. Oh God.
Myself.
I don't know.
And,
he seems positive.
Shit,
so.
bad. Hippo's cool. Ben's pretty cool.
Hey.
Munchie's pretty cool. You're all pretty cool.
Voice jail. Voice jail.
I don't know if Nate started to show up yet, but Nate's pretty cool. Or
Voice
yet, I mean,
jail.
again,
now definitely
you know
voice
what
jail.
I mean. Fuck. I can't feel my legs. I apologize. I've been up for like 3 days at this point.
Now it all makes sense.
Ciao, nerds. Have a wonderful, wonderful time.
That was the worst voicemail I've ever heard in all my days.
It's as close as you could get to a drunk voicemail without him being drunk, I think. He's just really tired.
You're sleep drunk at that point. 3 days of no sleep, you're fucking gone.
This is what we've been reduced to.
I kind of like this.
I want to remind all the listeners right now that Ben gave us so much shit for skipping voicemails, and then he insists on playing every single one, and they're half garbage.
You never know. You never know when you're gonna find buried treasure.
I don't know. I kind of like Friendly Friend Man Liam. There's something really funny about the title.
Yeah. The man said nothing wrong. He was just.
He's just like, I hate the PCP.
It's Friendly Friend Man Liam, right?
I think it's Liam. He's Friendly Friend Man Liam.
Friendly. So, no, it's one word. Friendly Friend
Friend
Liam.
Man Liam.
All right.
I mean, it's a positive note to go out on.
It's true.
So I think
remember to go to sleep every day.
Remember to stay hydrated. Whoa.
And remember to piss.
Remember to stay poggers.
And remember to go to patreon.com/theprocrastinators and give us your money. $5 a month gets you access to the bonus episodes.
Oh, we should talk about the newest bonus episode.
What is it, Ben?
It's the Tits Cast, where me and Gib discuss the age-old question: tits versus nothing, because there's no
debate.
There's no alternative.
Yes, it was
There's simply nothing compare. I can't think of what could possibly compare to a set of big old mommy milkers. So, go listen to that.
Unironically based episode. It was very fun.
I agree. Unironically think it was cool and want people to hear it.
$5 a month gets you access to that episode and a bajillion other bonus episodes. $1 a month, you get access to the Discord, where you can talk to us and other people as insane as you for supporting this podcast. And
it's about community.
It's really great. It's great. It's 10 out of 10 fantastic in there. And
it's great.
You want to leave a voicemail, speakpipe.com/PCP voicemail. That's the link for that. And on Twitter, if you want to keep up to date with all the shit, it's twitter.com/TP Crastinators.
You know who just posted on the Twitter? I retweeted Oblivion Fall. He just made one of his PCP PCP dating sim songs. He put it in Guitar Hero, or some kind of Guitar Hero game, and that's like a free download.
Frets on Fire for PC.
Is that what that is?
The free PC version of Guitar Hero. I think it's called Frets on Fire.
Cool. Yes. Well, I thought that was pretty fucking neat.
It's pretty dope.
Yeah. So, all right. I think we've made it.
We did it.
We made it all the way to the end. We survived. Let's fucking get out of here, shall we?
Indeed.
Yes.
Disperse.
Remember.
Okay. Scatter. What?
Wait. And shout into the distance. Remember twitch.tv/giveandtake stream.
Yes.
Yes.
Clarissa. Goodbye.
Goodbye.